fact that series was also very convincing, no, Polar, para dito sa ating squad, and I have a feeling that that is also a sign para dito sa Alliance na you have to look at this EKISQUAD team with the full seriousness. Parang hindi na pwedeng di ka pwede magbulakbol basically dito sa mapa na to if you're Alliance. Kasi as much as I would like to trust itong Alliance, no, kasi nakita na natin the higher highs ng team na to of placing 7th, no, obviously taking some of the teams dito sa SEA Masters to the brink, but we also saw the lowest of lows para dito sa Alliance, pare. Would you expect the team to be losing to ComebackFriends? Granted na nakuha nga sila ng third map dun sa series na yun, pero yung pinakamalala na loss dito ng Alliance was the MOMEN Esports. Yun nga, the run back, pare. Obviously, may mga ibang QD members dun, pare. That would have been the opportunity para sa Alliance na, medyo makabalik and get a bit of revenge ongoing. Pero, ayun nga, losing 0-2 in that one. Parang mawalan ka talaga ng onting confidence dito, pare, despite their 2-0 up against HazMatz, pare.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right there, Sneaky. Kasi they had so much opportunities para ma-prove na Alliance Gaming is a team that you have to fear. And they're always a team na parang placeholder na lang, in my opinion. Kaya ng Alliance Gaming, you have star players, like Nuken, you have Del QQ, nandyan din si K. Cedric ngayon. So if you think about it, what's happening for Alliance Gaming? Is it the condition dun sa bootcamp? Is it something else? We don't know. But let's look at the map dito na para sa ating map or para sa ating first series of the day.
New compound, Black Widow?
Black Widow muna. Sa base, Black Widow, and then Port.
Whoa!
This is pretty crazy.
Alliance ban new compound?
Nakita nila yung last match. Nakita nila yung last match up against EXGOVERNORS. Yun yung ibig sabihin nun. Pero ikaw ba, ano sa tingin mo? Bakit ganito yung tatlong mapa natin?
I was thinking na, ayun nga, maybe you do have a point no? Nakita siguro nila yung series up against itong EXGOV. Pero if you are on the side of Alliance, para I feel like, you have a slightly more confidence in yourselves, para, especially when it comes to new compound. Pero pakiramdam ko kasi, there is also existing experience para dito sa side ng EKISQUAD when it comes to that specific map, para, and especially knowing, Tang back in the day, he also did like yung mapa na to, despite the not so stellar record, and the other players on the team as well, they also do perform dito sa mapa na new compound. Pero in terms of togetherness, pare, feeling ko lugi dun yung EKISQUAD sa new compound. Kaya nasusurprise talaga ako na ito yung lumabas natin para sa map number 1. Pero sub-base, also a surprise, but at the same time, hindi masyado, pare. Some of the players inside of EKISQUAD, plenty of experience sa mapa na to. And napansin ko for the past few times na nag-pick tayo ng sub-base, it's actually the teams from the mixed Manila and Cebu teams yung nagpipick more than anything. And if anything, the more Manila teams are actually picking itong sub-base, pare.
Yeah, mas nagiging Arsenal na kasi itong sub-base para lang, handa sila sa possibility na ito na yung malalaking kabayo. Trojan horse on the sub-base on the sub-base map, no? So, yeah, I mean, I get it. Sub-base has been spanned out for all of these teams. I would like to go back a little bit dito sa new compound natin kasi spinam out din naman to ng Alliance last time nung Masters, nung SEA Masters. So, I'm really surprised. I would like to see na yung Ankara muna yung mauna kasi, yeah, that was, Alliance Gaming didn't have the best kind of Ankara. Yes, they were fighting pero not a lot. Pero, please do give me a little bit of time here. I would like to congratulate one of our loves and my good friend Ben Dolor na mapupunta na ngayon sa Execration. So, congratulations, brother, para sa'yo. But, moving forward, Sneaky Frog, wala pa tayong congratulate dito sa ating mga teams kasi again, these are very hindi naman siya wala namang mga X sa mga players dito, pero parang if you think about it, it's hopeful but it's far from reality pa. Whatever happens in this series, ito na yung magsesement sa mismong image nila going into Masters.
For sure, no? It could make or break yung kanilang image dito, pare. And ayun nga, it's actually a really good point to touch upon, no? Kasi kung maalala mo, pare, yung nangyari kay Teng in the past, obviously, we saw what happened with Execration back in the day na kasama niya nga si Ram. Jamero, obviously, kinda fell off a bit after he kinda left the scene, pero bumabalik na nga siya dito sa ating tournament and is still fragging out of his mind. Pero the biggest redemption story, pare, Carl and Owen King, at one point, yun nga, no, hindi na sila nakakalaro whatsoever. Pero, back in the fray, and Carl nagpaparamdam na agad sa start ng round. And kay Cedric, papag-isipan niyo yun, pare.
Grabe ko sa'yo, Sneaky, bastusan to harap-harapan. No? Pinakamasikip ang parte ng mapa. Vince, And Carl activating already. You'll have to see it. Last time din nakakita natin, no, it was Owen Kane and Carl making very big plays. Siguro Jamero, you can add into that and as well as Ram. Pero these two players, very underrated pagdating dito sa squad na to. Alliance Gaming, with one player down, si Cedric pa yun, a player that you bank on, this A-side push might just be the weakest place para pwedeng mapuntahan ng buong alliance. EKISQUAD will back off. Jamero, TRG of a lifetime, does find Boo already. Second spray down, doesn't connect, pero dito na ngayon ang Alliance Gaming to hold down A-side. Owen King and Jamero down, pero 3v3 sneaky, 30 seconds, CR push mula sa buong EKISQUAD. No, here's on woods. Itutuloy nila yung play. Itutuloy nila push mga sa skip and you can now only good for one. Del QQ mamamatay lang din. The TRGs are not playing into their form and you can mamamatay lang din. He just fell down. And what a way to start this series off. Tatlo sa sikip sneaky, gumana yun.
Kumana yun, Polar?
Alam mo yun, never natin gagawin yun. Sasabihan mo kung mag-woods ka. Ikutan mo yan, anong nangyari
may
doon.
galit pa yun, may galit pa yun kasama yun. Mag-woods ka, Polar! Pero men, sa totoo lang pare, that should not work. 100% of the time pare, sadyang nagbintis lang talaga yung isang player, but that is how sensitive this kind of crossfire is, this level of crossfire is pare. Isang mintis lang talaga, pwedeng mag-fall apart ang buong retake defense nyo. And it seems like EKISQUAD taking full advantage of that miss. Ang ganda ng kalat nila dito sa A-site. And would like to compliment itong si Jamero as well. No? Hitting that first shot, granted, na-delay ng onte kahit papano. Pero that also allowed Ekis to run into CR para tulungan siya dito, pare.
Yun na nga eh. Plus, it was concerning din na parang itong yung playstyle for the post-plant dito ng players mula sa Alliance Gaming was go for contact. Tapos after that, ang pangit ng pwestuhan nila. Even you can, alam niyo naka M14 EBRs to and that has big spam potential. Dun pa mismo siya sa pinaka pwedeng ma-spam, which was crazy to me. He had a little bit of time to play around Besal, pero we digress. Round number 2 for Subway sneaky setup towards passage. For first naman, players mula dito sa Alliance Gaming, this possibility of surprising EKISQUAD, pero tignan mo, eto yung prime time na pwestuhan ng EKISQUAD.
Pacific P?
Isa dito, mismo sa third floor, and damage has been done. Jamero, makakahanap pa naman ng isa. Tams, walang makita through the smoke, but he enables himself makapasok ng site. Nuken, di muna gagamit ng sniper, malapit ang USP. One shot in the head. Carl makes presence known, and he gets to EKISQUAD. Pinaparamdam na Alliance Gaming cannot go up against EKISQUAD. Tams, Nade does connect half HP to Carl, pero pushing mula sa shadow or dun sa may dark room. Tams will get the kill. Ang ganda ng positioning dun. Yun ang hinahanap natin for Alliance Gaming.
Grabe. What a nice shot galing dito kay Tams. So speaking of underrated, pare, Tams of course, one of the more underrated players dito sa liga natin. Despite na baguhan, parang veterano ang kanyang galawan, pare. Pero tignan mo naman, Owen King gustong habulin itong si Del QQ. Will be going down. Woods control. Nasa kamay na ngayon ng EKISQUAD. Pero passage control nasa kamay ni K. Cedric. Napakaganda ng takbo. Jamero mahuhulog agad. Ram na andito pa sa 2F. Pero naandito na ang buong Alliance para patayin ka, pare. 3 versus 4.
Ito na yung aggressiveness ng buong Alliance squad. Nakita nila nag-push sa woods. So they have all this area para makapasok ng passage. And K. Cedric is just too smart for these kinds of situations. 30 seconds, holds down the very darkest room in this map. K. Cedric, good for 2. At si Carl na naman ang natira, pero 3 players low in HP. That's good. That's 2 para kay Carl. And EKISQUAD keeps the dreams alive. Pero si Yuka na, malapitan to with the USP. He can get picked off. Pero this USP garnered 2 kills in this round. Sila pa ngayon ang may angat.
Grabe, twice na nangyari yun. You can kind of tell na yung dalawang Alliance players are kind of like the fish in SpongeBob. How many times you have to tell you, old man? Pero Teng, aakyat ng MR. Wala nang paki sa nararamdaman dito ng Alliance. Pero makapaback na lang sila. They safely thwart yung MR push. And feeling ko, i-reheat nila to, pare, for the sake of these 2 players.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I'm all for gunfights. Pero outer side will be not clean para dito kay Cedric Ram. We saw him last time, man. MVP. And if he does it once again, pero up against Alliance naman, that's gotta hurt Alliance. They will back off. Ibibigay nilang MR. Lalo na Alliance, they're playing pretty slow.
Interesting yung past two strats dito ng Alliance, no? Despite yung, the hard time of trying to get passage, I like na tinry nila yung Pacific P site, which is one player going down vents and 3 players going through passage. And yung isa yata galing dito ng MR, and they tried to run back dito sa last round natin. And it was actually a good reaction kasi nga may nag-push diba ng Woods Polar. Kay Cedric, split second decision, push natin tong passage, push natin tong shutter, and give space para sa kanyang team. And that is very nice gameplay galing dito kay Cedric, which is a very well-needed player, no? Kasi last time na nawala si Kay Cedric dito, pare, durog dito yung Alliance.
You need those kinds of like singular plays na high IQ, kumbaga, especially for Alliance. Oh, good shot mula dito kay Nuken. Wins the sniper fight up against Jamero. Pero alam na, I think Jamero spotted 2 players there. That's why umiikot na agad dito yung katawan ni Ram towards si Kep. Meanwhile, dito si Teng already covering that area where Jamero once were. Pero grabe, sneaky. Look at the timer. 30 seconds. Si Carl nasa likuran. And he sees all the movement. Triple kill para kay Carl to stop the push. And in crunch time, dito pa mismo, nasiraan ng ulo ang Alliance Gaming. EKISQUAD. They're just too good in these early rounds.
It's a prime example, no, Polar, ng strategy versus impromptu-ness galing dito sa ating Ekis. No, Ekis is more flexible pagdating dito sa GR side. Mas nakaka-react sila sa pinanggagawa dito ng EKISQUAD sa mapa natin. And ever since they made that adjustment, makapabagal itong Alliance. And Alliance are kind of forced to play the standard. Tara, i-take natin tong MR. Pag nakuha natin tong MR, kunin natin tong passage. Pag nakuha natin yan, let's get second mid. But in between that time pa rin, nagkaka-opportunity itong EKISQUAD, like itong si Carl, para lagpasan ang backline ng Alliance, pare. And they should be careful about those timings kasi dun na nanalo yung EKISQUAD, pare.
And that's crazy na nahanap yun ng EKISQUAD. In onti lang ng time din, that's like 5 seconds. But since Alliance is grouped up most of the time, delikado nga lang. Kaso kay Cedric,
Yes, he did it!
baits the shot. And they have full control of Vince. Dito pwede labanan ngayon ng EKISQUAD.
Shoutout sa kuya ni Salvatore na nasa Q9 ngayon, XJ. Ang originator ng XJ spin pa rin na nakita natin from last year at nagwala tayo lahat. Pero ngayon, naging common move na eh. Like, if you don't do it in Vince, man, you don't know what to do.
Oh, sneaky. EKISQUAD. Are they ready for the B split? Isa man galing dito sa may second mid, one on MR, 3 players on passage, pero this is the same setup na hindi man lang napasukan ng madalian dito ng Alliance Gaming. Ram through the smoke, good for 1, pero Tams is there for an easy trade and opening up the site. There comes Del QQ with the HK. It's a 2v3 in this point in time. Makakapagplanta ng bomba ulit ang Alliance Gaming. Nuken ngayon, lurking sniper, shotgun hits, and it continues with the USP. Alliance, ito yun, sneaky. Walang butas dun sa opensa, lahat covered.
Yeah, and at the same time, feeling ko pakiramdam ng Ekis na they were just kind of running back that multiple player through passage kind of strat, no, pare. At sobrang nakampante sila na walang tao dun sa LR and provides yung mga LR players actually provides the cover papunta dito sa shutter and made it a whole lot easier para makapasok itong Alliance natin on the side. So it's just really good coverage, no, in between yung mga kakampi dito on the side of ALG, making sure nakagaya nga na sinabi mo, Polar, wala nga butas ang kanilang opensa. And that's what you have to have kasi the reason why natatalo sila for the past few rounds is may butas yung kanilang opensa, pare.
They're going for a clumped up play once again, sneaky. But as long as kay Cedric does get a kill here, kahit isa lang, yung butas matatransfer na dito sa side ng EKISQUAD. And this smoke will dissipate, Sneaky. Might be a wrong timing para sa Alliance Gaming, pero they continue the push. Jamero now wheels the M14. Gets one kill, pero double trouble. Pero dito na si kay Cedric. A delayed push on Vince na hindi aakalain ng EKISQUAD na matutuloy pa. Teng and Ram natitira para dito sa EKISQUAD. And kay Cedric knows, but he just gets killed instantly. Nuken, USP killer once again. At yung pinaka-underrated player pa natin ngayon, ang mismong titikim ng dalawang duo natin for Alliance Gaming, EKISQUAD. Di sila dun ready sa biglaang push ng Alliance Gaming.
Oo nga, nagkukulang yung galawan dito ni Uncle Teng, pare. And Alliance, once again, a very nice second mid push. No? Feeling ko, on purpose, nireveal itong si K. Cedric dito sa Vents para maaning yung mga players na nasa loob ng CR, pare. And as soon as the distraction came dito sa second mid, nakalimutan na nila si K. Cedric nung time na yun. And all that firepower consolidating and distracting, nagkaroon ng opportunity dito sa CR. But there was a really good fight back though, galing dito kay Boss Teng. However, didn't really result in too much, unfortunately, man. There was too many members na still alive para sa Alliance.
Yeah, not a lot of like garnered kills, no? I feel like talagang it pressure na lang yung nag-build up doon para kay Teng. But with Alliance, dito pa sa BL side, Sneaky, every round means so much kapag ikaw yung nagsimula ng BL side. So Alliance trying to go for a 3-piece here bago nila mapapuntos or possibly ang EKISQUAD. Pero again, Sneaky, they're trying the same strat ulit. 3 players here on Woodski, Cedric holding down Vents.
Huwag ka dyan tatayo, Jamero.
Pero Jamero, magpupush na lang and he finds the timing. Never mind! Cebu, just better with the shots. At uunahan na ni kay Cedric yung push sa second mid, yun lang, magkakamali siya doon. As he doesn't continue the fight in CR. Tams finds Teng. And they stabilize. Nakita nila okay lang. Kahit namatay si kay Cedric, buhay pa din naman Cebu. Pero diretso Sneaky, walang flash na kailangan. Road dry dito sa may luwag. At sa kanila papunta si QRL. Bakit sila umaalis? Walang planta, walang site dyan sa may CR. They plant the bomb on A site. And look at Boo, alam niya, okay lang mamatay dito. Low HP, does get 2! And it doesn't even fall down. The nade will connect. Minus 30 damage. And Tams will go for the long range fight. Bakit umalis doon ng EKISQUAD?
No, oh my God. Pakiramdam ko, man, they really thought that they were ahead of the curve yata. Walang ingay na nangyayari dito sa A-side. And it does make sense, no? Namatay si K. Cedric sa CR. Hindi na natin i-go tong A-side. Pero Alliance thinking otherwise. They're thinking 2 steps ahead dito sa mapa natin, Polar. And grabe, that was so tragic. Honestly, yung pagkamatay, yun nga, tama yung point mo doon, Polar. Yung pagkamatay ni K. Cedric, okay lang yun. Kasi na-confirm na may tao dito sa CR, na-confirm na may tao dito sa A-site. And with that kind of information, pare, and with that, and Ekis being aware na merong yung information yun sa Alliance, napaikot sila sa B kasi naisip nila, okay, mag-B-site to. Dami sila nakita sa A, it does make sense, pero yun yung, that's the benefit of being 2 steps ahead, pare, especially if you're on the side of ALD. So, big ups to Boo for that one, pare.
Yeah, good awareness, no? Tsaka, they never pushed itong second mid and even luwag kapag hindi na mamatay si K. Cedric. Kaso nga lang, inunahan na agad ni Jamero. Chinek niya na agad yung mismong butas. Yung nawalang panel dito sa may vent sa second mid. And they put more players here, Sneaky. Not a lot in shutter para lang talagang ma-hold dito yung cross. If ever man mag-push dyan sa second mid ng ALG. Pero are they 2 steps forward, 2 steps faster at this round instead? Carl finds players. LQQ throwing nades. Pero Carla, alam niya, pwede niya pa rin labanan to kahit na flash up siya ngayon. Kaso, Del QQ finds the easier shot ram. Magpapakita din dito ng USP. Del QQ mamamatay na on A. And somehow, this very passive play mula sa EKISQUAD, yun mismo ang nagpanalo sa kanila ng round. And it just continues as Teng falls down from that trade mula sa lockers. At nandito na si Ram to ram his head and bullets onto the body of Tams.
Yeah, 5 and 3 para dito sa Ekis. Bit of a foiled push. Ayun nga, I still think na kay Cedric should be going vents 24/7 dito para in order to further push that pressure no para sa kanyang team. And at the same time, I feel like EKISQUAD has gotten a bit wiser no sa kanilang tricks dito. No longer do they have to, or since napatay nila si kay Cedric, they realistically didn't have to worry about vents anymore pare. Tamang tutok na lang dito sa second mid and Alliance trying to play off of yung distraction dito kay Del QQ sa A site. Pero yung Ekis, di sila naloko masyado dun pa.
Yeah. I mean, they just held the north part side of the map. Tapos, kahit pumasok dito ang plays for Alliance Gaming, as long as those plays got 1 kill, okay lang. And Jamero, man. Tingnan mo naman, Jamero, asserting dominance dito sa may woods. 2 rounds before, nandun lang siya sa labas ng doors. Ngayon, dumire. Ang tigas ng mukha dito, man. Jamero, and you love to see it.
Yeah, man, patigasan talaga ng mukha dito sa woods. You really do not want to give that specific position no, for free. Dapat may kapalit man lang sa side dito ng Alliance and it just so happens to be kay Cedric's entire health bar pare. So sniper na lang siya dito. Honestly, kay Cedric, no, with my personal experience, he's not too bad on the sniper pare. Nakakatama naman siya. Pero, what is gonna be the action naman para kay Nuken pare? Minsan lang natin na makita mag-rifle pero pwede rin yan maging masakit men. Judging from the other players as well. Yun nga, si Yotip, masakit din yan mag-rifle. So, let's see.
Yeah. I mean, our snipers at this point in time naman, they are not just snipers anymore. So, you love to see these kinds of situations. A possibility of an entry. Nakapasok! And Carl! Di man lang makakatama doon kahit isa lang. And kay Cedric does hit the shot! He's a sniper as well. Flashbang off the mark pero Del QQ. Diretso pa rin sa side. Nakalampas na naman si Jamero. Saan nang galing yung jablong to? Nuken able to get 1 kill and Owen King versus 3. And now claims 1 kill. Is he good for 2? Del QQ magpaplanta ng bomba in EKISQUAD with a chance. Kaso tinigil yun ni Del QQ. What an entry for Alliance Gaming. Again, nakahanap nila yung pinaka-open na side ng mapa.
Yun nga pare, and obviously very well played galing kay Cedric no. The first 2 swings obviously hindi titira dito ang ating sniper and as soon as he missed the shot he went for the angle. So very nice positioning galing dito sa side ng Alliance and at the same time Nuken. Napakabilis pumasok dito ng LR natin pare. No chance whatsoever on the side of Ekis to fight with that kind of open. So sobrang kalat na ng Alliance dito sa B side and it seems like EKISQUAD, the opposite positions na natitake nila dun pare. It was the flanks, but unfortunately, the flanks weren't enough since kahit dun nakabantay si
Oh yeah. Actually, no snipers, no? For this round, for ALG. Parang ine-expect ata nila na magbibilisan dito ng EKISQUAD on the second half, on the first round of the second half. And that's why possibly kaya nag-HK dito and no snipers for ALG. Pero EKISQUAD, parang on the BL side, meron kang big brain burst na, uy, wait lang, pwede tayo mag 2 steps ahead every time. At EKISQUAD ang nakagawa ng ngayon.
I would want to see more EBRs para sa Alliance.
Same.
I feel like 4 HKs, sure. Pero, you know, you start to question a bit kung kaya yung tapatan yung wallbang damage, no? Yung hawak dito ni Boo. Pero tignan mo naman, 3 MR, 2 in passage. P-split pa to?
Possibly. Pero natin place mula sa lockers at nauna pang mapas lang dito si Boo. Oh!
Nice
kay
shot!
Cedric! What a shot mula dito kay Teng! And triple kill now for the man himself! There's no unk here. It's just the pro player himself. At Del QQ mag-isa na lang. At sabi niya, nasaan na yung teammates ko. Akala ko ba may alyansa tayo para mag-hold ng pinakaunang round ng second half. EKISQUAD! What a first round dito sa BL side.
Grabe, men. Parang naaalala ko tuloy yung isang video of the old guy jump roping while sitting down at the phrase, "Unk still got it," sabi dito.
Yes.
Ni Boss Teng. And of course, the El Clasico skills never go away whatsoever once you have it. Pero tignan mo naman, Polar B-side take para dito sa EKISQUAD. Owen King will be going down. Actually, will be going up too! Tams taking out si Carl. Pero si Jamero, napakalayo. But still, B-side's already taken. Doesn't really have to do anything. Pero kay Cedric with the flank.
Oh, he might have chance. No, there's no chance there, Sneaky. Walang chance doon para kay Cedric. 30 seconds. At hiwa-hiwalay pa dito ang Alliance Gaming. It's the same round before. Namatay lang si Carl, pero ubos ang buong Alliance Gaming.
Yun nga, and it wasn't really anything too complicated no dito, Polar, sadyang LR take, and then susunod dito yung passage with all the distractions galing dito sa LR, and EKISQUAD, they don't have, yun nga, kaya yung sinabi ko, you don't have to do anything too complicated dito sa subbase in order to get some wins. And especially Alliance, no? They were kinda rocking the 5 rifle, pero feeling ko medyo nare-regret nila na wala silang capability na mag-pick off ng isang player instantly dito, no? Kasi, you know, a 4v5 would have helped itong last round natin, pare.
Tsaka yung unang inisip dito ng Alliance Gaming on the first round dito second half, since nasayang, they just went back to their norm na mag-sniper na dito ang players natin for Alliance, tapos they have 2 EBRs, 2 HKs, kaso yun lang, binidisa na EKISQUAD, sabi, wait lang, paano naka-HK lahat na last time? Try nga natin na push, di tayo mababarang yan o ma-wallbang dito sa pag-execute natin. Pero 1 minute 30 seconds.
Yun nga, 4 HKs. And yung kahoy dito sa mga box natin, yung kahoy dito sa woods would be happy about that kind of news, pare. Except kay Boo, kasi he's still rocking the EBR, man. Of course, the old reliable, pare. Tamang 4 burst into the headshot if Boo can't get it. But one pick could make all the difference dito, Polar Jamero. Now the sniper para dito sa Ekis. Boo with the cross, and Boo getting killed. Naupo na aksidente sa second mid.
Man, pangalan niya Boo, pero siya yung nagulat. Quick-scope lang siya dito ni Jamero. 1 minute left. And there's no rotations for Alliance Gaming. Dalawa lang ang pwedeng pumaslang dito ng mga players natin mula sa Alliance Gaming. Pero del QQ, HK is good. No wallbangs needed. Pero it's a 2-for-2 piece. 3v2. At napatay agad si Carl. Nuken will find the head. And Tabs will offer his life towards Owen King.
Parang sila.
Kaso low in HP, Sneaky, you're absolutely right. Nuken switches to the M14 and the C4 nasa gitna pa mismo ng site. With 35 bullets, he only needs to hit 4. Jamero will offer Owen King at yung pinaka-low in HP pa yung magagawa ng milagro! Double quick scope to enable a 6-6 scoreline. Jamero is good!
Grabe, he is more than good. He is absolutely popping off with the sniper, pare. And this was the last thing on my bingo card sa pagnood natin ng EKISQUAD. Jamero popping off with the TRG. Pero tignan mo naman Alliance, none the wiser. LR push na naman dito, Polar.
Oh, Owen King na naman. This is an entry that you love to see. Pero dahil QQ, dire-diretso sila dito sa mga bala ng players natin for Alliance Gaming. But Ram is also here to provide a fight. 1v1. Tam slow in HP. And USP para dito sa EKISQUAD. Grabe, muntikan pa yun maikot. Pero timeout now for Alliance Gaming. Much needed timeout.
Yun nga, I really like this mix of pacing, no? Para dito sa EKISQUAD, to be specific, para may isang round na, okay, so slow take lang namin tong A site. We're gonna take the longest time just to fight in that kind of situation. But you have to shout out some of the individuals as well, especially itong si Jamero na, just like what he said, this man was not a sniper at all in the past. Maybe a secondary or a tertiary sniper, no, para sa kanyang team. But being the main sniper and playing the situations correctly para sa kanya dito, man, you know, you cannot help but give him props sa mga ganitong situation, pare. Pero once again, it's the team random duo para dito sa side ng EKISQUAD, QRL and Owen King. Last time pa sila ganito, pare, and it seems like pagdating sa subbase, mainit na mainit sila, pare. Alliance naman, yun nga, no, they're getting caught in the pace, they're getting lost in the sauce, kumbaga dito, Polar, na parang they're getting baited first and foremost, but at the same time, yung mga positions na natitake nila, feeling ko hindi ideal kalabanin itong EKISQUAD. Kasi EKIS, they either go fully all in sa isang side ng mapa or is it they're gonna fully commit into a split dito sa B side. So, you're gonna have to decide no, ito na ba talaga ang pwede natin makita or ito na ba talaga ang pwedeng strategy natin dito. But at the same time, you also have that caveat. That's why Teng has mountains of experience para sa mga ganitong sitwasyon, pare. Pwede niyang ibahin yung buong strategy. Pwede nga siya mag-rush bigla ng A-site dito sa next round natin, pare. So, Alliance, you're gonna have to recoup. Maganda naman yung mga ibang hold nyo dito, pare. Yung problema ka lang, it is those late round fights na hindi nyo napapanalo dito, men. And not gonna lie, EKISQUAD, luck of the draw para sa kanila dito for the past few rounds. Pero, you know, you have to win those fights, men, kung ikaw yung Alliance.
Yeah, I mean, gulat factor din yun nabibigay kasi dito ng EKISQUAD man. There's a lot of times na nakikita natin dito for Alliance Gaming that it requires na mapiga yung mga singular plays natin to require a triple kill. Walang assurance na you have a double setup that can easily clean up for players, which means talagang napapahirapan ditong Alliance Gaming kasi it's always a one-man show. And it's any of one of these players kasi kaya naman ng 4 na placement to, pero look at this. 3 TRGs now or 3 M14s para sa Alliance Gaming kasi mag-hold sila ng woods para lang magdepensahan to kasi may sarili ding M14 dito si Tank pati si Ram, and that hold has been denied, Sneaks.
Ay. EKISQUAD hitting Alliance with a bit of Brazilian spice dito, pare. Nakita ko na yung ganyan na hold galing dito kay Fei. And it seems like, ayun nga, no, all that watching, all that playing, and all that viewing galing dito kay Boss Deng, kaya niya rin palang gayahin ang mga international na dito natin, pare. EKISQUAD, advantage of a lifetime, pero Luken, tatry niyang kumuha pa ng isa dito, pero mamamatay lang rin siya. I can't blame him for going for that one, pare, pero EKISQUAD, they have the situation under control, pare.
Under control is an understatement, Sneaky. Feeling ko they have full control. It was the same thing, pero mas impactful may full. Pero 35 seconds left. Jamero holding down Woods. Does met the shot on Thames. Pero matatamaan pa din naman siya doon after the repick. Del QQ. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa Sneaky. Pinipiga ng Alliance Gaming yung mga star players nila. They can provide the show, but the show will definitely and inevitably end 8-6 scoreline. Sneaky. Ito pa yung nakikita natin. May time kasi ng ang EKISQUAD, kapag si Owen King nag-e-entry, ibig sabihin nun, they're feeling themselves. Kasi alam nila, they're trusting on Owen King to get these 2 kills and he always provides.
Pare, he's a provider just like that, no? Itong si Boss Owen King natin, and he can take it away any time that he wants, pare. So, EKISQUAD, opportunity of a lifetime para sa kanila, may 2 points in the lead. Alliance forced to play the sites itself, pare. Wala talaga silang choice kasi pagdating sa early skirmishes dito sa woods, hindi nila mapanalo. Early skirmishes dito sa second mid, hindi nila mapanalo. MR as well is not an ideal place to fight para sa kanila, pare. EKISQUAD though, A site looking likely, pero I would have wished dadaan ng bench ng isang player or passage, pwede na lang.
I mean, they're just known for just immediate aggressive push, Sneaky. So I feel like that vent push will not be seen at this point in time. Pero Nuken and kay Cedric, left and right, mapipigilan at mapapa-slow down nila ang push on A. But they're stuck, Sneaky, which means execution will still continue. Nuken, flashed up. USP will be getting a kill. Del QQ to cover up his duo. At mag-isa lang dito sa Jamero. And welcome kay Cedric. Gugulatin dito as he gets flash 8-7. Wala pang match point.
Yeah, good adjustment na ilagay si Nuken dun sa A-site with the sniper, no, pare. Kasi, you know, let's be honest about Nuken, no? He will hit 9 out of 10 of his shots dito sa mapa natin, and the fact that he did it dito sa A-site provided a whole lot of delay para dito sa ating alliance. Sa pagka-adjust ng onti dito sa mapa natin, and at the same time, it was a good catch na nakita nila si Carl dito sa passage, no? Yun sana yung pang breakpoint sa buong depensa nila, men, and ayun lang. It seems like EKISQUAD, case of taking too long dito sa last round natin, pare.
And there was a time din na nakita natin EKISQUAD, they can't close out a map that easily. Kahit sila, it requires ringing off the towel para lang makuha talaga yung mga rounds natin. Pero yung isip ba dito ni Teng, gagana para makakuha ng 9 rounds. Still early, pero lahat ng players natin, Sneaks, on both sides, sobrang positive naman yung hiwa-hiwala eh.
I like to think na it is the curse of Jamero being on Vanguard one time, no? Na yan, nahirapan silang ma-close out yung ganun na laruan, pare. Similar to the homies back in the day. Pero boo! Oh, he's no longer Casper the Friendly Ghost, pare. Gusto nyo na mag-flank dito. Ram! Oh my goodness! Di siya magugulat, pare. Hindi siya takot sa multo.
Man, Ram! Iba pala ang GOAT up against a ghost. But Carl, just like Boo, will keep on pushing. Pero this time, mapapanalo niya yung 1v1 fights. And look at this. Attention for Del QQ has been taken away. Pero iikot, hindi na magko-commit dito sa may MR. Ang buong EKISQUAD, they want to go to passage? B split at 40 seconds? Especially
What?
if mahanap ni Ram dito si Kay Cedric. Double wielder but Sam's double killer as they enter from the outside of the map. Alliance Gaming might have a chance here to equal the rounds. Owen King though, sasabihin niya dito na no, it's a headshot for you. And just like before, double kills can also be made by Owen King. 10 seconds to plant the bomb. Here it comes. Del QQ! He thought he had the timing, pero mas aware si Owen King. 9 points na ang EKISQUAD.
God damn, Owen King. Ganyan ang HK 417 on full display. Full taps in 4K, pare. Oh my goodness. Grabe. Pag nilagay talaga sa tamang kamay ang isang HK 417 Polar, napaka-satisfying panoorin lahat ng golden headshots. And if Owen King can hit another one dito kay Del QQ, pwede na tong A-side, pare.
Sabi yung Sneaky, pinapadala na si Owen King kasi tatama yan palagi. Del QQ will fall and Carl out second mid. Pero may depensa pa naman sa A. It's Boo. Good nade! Granada sa mukha ni Owen King. But Carl still continuing the fight. Actually, they go back. Papaunahin niya si Jamero. Investigation happening now. Pero si kay Cedric, he does have this M14. Makapag-cover fire. Good nade. Connection to Jamero. And kay Cedric, sabi sa'yo, wallbangs is the name of the game pag sub-base. And with Carl left alone, Sneaks, 1v3. Shutter position, named by Tams.
Oh.
Pero mag-vivint, Sneaky. Big play, possibly for Carl.
Ito kaya?
I think no.
It's minimap? Maybe? Is it?
No.
Tingin sa taas? Ay, nakatingin si Boo. Hello!
Oh, loko!
Nade. He did. Ooh, what? Stay tuned si kay Cedric. Tams, di nyo nakita lumabas!
Pero bumalik.
Papasok siya ulit. Look at this strategy, bro. Crossfire at its peak, pare.
Yes.
In and out of Vince.
Back and forth. Grabe.
No way he gets
pumaslit,
A-side.
nakaharap ang butas. No, he goes to B. Long range angles, the fight. Smokes. And look at Boo. Trying to go. Oh
Uy,
no!
Alexander!
Akala nila B! It's A! EKISQUAD! Chance of a lifetime. Given by Carl. Split? Possibly no. They commit towards CR. And Carl now, he will fall down. The chances are slim, but better para sa Alliance.
Grabe. Siguro nakita ni Tams yung plant and sinabihan niya si Boo, dyan ka lang. Huwag kang gagalaw. Alam kong iikot to 100%. Nakita ko na tong plant na to 100 na beses na, pare. And you know what's gonna happen in that kind of situation. It's either luwag or the CR rotation natin dito, pare. Pero speaking of rotation, MR ang gustong kunin dito ng Alliance.
At this point in time, Sneaky, this is so risky. Pero I like to see it. Gumana naman, di ba? They're still 1 point away. Itong EKISQUAD from winning this map. Pero they assert their dominance, Sneaky. Alliance Gaming, just waiting.
They should. Eke should just wait. Like, there's no reason for them na mag-push na agad dito sa sitwasyon na to, pare. There's so much time on the clock still. Ayun, wait for the smoke and then create your own execute dito sa MR, pare.
Basang-basa, pero Tams contemplating! HK will claim one, pero Jamero na diretso lang din. The wallbangs from the M14s is just too good. Nuken,
Whoa!
pero Del QQ, nakaharap dito ng dalawa sa may MR, at Nuken mauubusan naman ng bala. Nag-reload! And Carl wins it with the USP 1v1, Sneaky. Alliance again. All that for nothing. All that for a 1v1.
Oh, one bad peak. One bad peak, Polar. One bad peak galing kay Del QQ. One bad peak galing dito kay Carl. Nagtapo ng nade!
Iikot si Carl ng buong mapa. He's thinking na magro-rotate si Del QQ. Pero kita na yung C4. Hindi pa. Nasa likod pa rin naman.
Oh, spotted!
Oh, spotted!
Oh!
Better with the movements. Del QQ will fall down. At ang ating unang mapa mapupunta sa EKISQUAD.
And I wouldn't say anticlimactic pa rin. Napaka-exciting ng ending natin dito na Polar. The roller coaster variety dito sa ating 1 versus 1. But at the same time, nakita mo doon, EKISQUAD had the right idea pagdating sa ating MR push. Now, obviously, malaking advantage para dito sa ALG na nakakuha sila ng passage at ng MR control. But at the same time, anong paki dito ng EKISQUAD pag nangyari yun pare? We're just gonna hold our side of the map and we are gonna be fighting itong MR in a 4 versus 2. And obviously, malulugi talaga yung ALG pagdating sa sitwasyon na yun. The only reason why kung bakit naging remotely close yung round na yun pare is because of Del QQ and the fact na nakakuha siya ng double kill dito sa MR and Nuken also, doing massive damage on the backside. Pero, ayun nga, very big props dito sa ating EKISQUAD showing very nice patience dito sa mapa natin and kind of forcing itong alliance to make game-winning plays na hindi pa naman close sa panalo yung laro natin, pare.
Yeah, yun na nga eh. I mean, looking at it, Sneaky, it's a 10-8. Nakalampas pa dito ang players mula sa Alliance Gaming to a possibility na makakuha dito ng overtime. But, EKISQUAD, man, Carl, still formidable as ever. Aasahan mo yan to get these kills. Pero just like what I said before, no, once na nakuha na dito ng EKISQUAD yung mismong rhythm na gusto nilang gawin, once na nagamit na yung full potential ng team na yun, and that comes out kapag even Owen King is entering as a backup for his team, well, what can we say? EKISQUAD is in full control. Tulad nga na sinabi mo, in this map of sub is 1-0. But yeah, a lot of like clutch, a lot of like big plays from singular players.
Yeah, and you have to compliment yung mga individual players no on both sides of yung server natin. Big shout out dito kay Boo especially, who was actually calling really good the entire game dito ng Alliance. No, he had some very good reads on some of the situations na pinresent dito ng Ekis, just like what we saw dito sa B side with some really good holds dito sa Rafters. A really good A-hold na nakita natin kanina from Nuken with his delay and the other teammates also helping him in that matter. Pero at the end of the day, pare, it is all about the ending, and the ending is a 1v1 going in the way dito ng EKISQUAD. We're gonna take a look at the highlights and it was honestly one of the more technical natin na sub-base pare, which I'm very surprised about considering yung expectations natin going into yung series na to.
Yeah, we expected two things, bloody sub-base and aggressive. Nabigay naman yun, pero yung technical, wala yun sa bingo card ko, Sneaky. Hindi yun nakalagay, nakalinya para makakuha ko ng straight line into diagonal kind of mindset, no? Pero, yeah, you're absolutely right. It went into a way na parang both teams really did use all of their strats para makakuha dito ng wins in each of the rounds. And you love to see it na even these kinds of teams na notorious sa pagiging aim-heavy lang. Aim-heavy, arms are heavy. Aim-heavy teams na very aggressive. You don't expect these kinds of plays, pero ang ganda, Sneaky. It was just really concerning na palaging aabot nga dito sa Alliance game na kailangan mag-push dito ng player. Kailangan makakuha ng triple kill. Kailangan makakuha ng quad. And that ender, man, very anticlimactic. But Carl is just too good for this team right now on sub-base. Looking at the stat line, Sneaky, ano ba meron dyan?
Yeah, honestly, like both sides of the server, having their just fraggers as well. Actually, yung top fragger ng buong server natin is gonna be Del QQ with a 17 kill, 12 headshot performance. I would also like to compliment itong si Tams, who's honestly frying with the HK dito sa sub-base map natin. Pero titignan natin ang EKISQUAD. Of course, tignan mo naman ang close-knit teamwork ng team na to. 15-15, 15-14, 11. That means the mechanism is working para dito sa EKISQUAD. All 5 gears are turning para sa kanila dito, men. And if this kind of system works para sa kanila dito, they become hard to predict, hard to read para sa mga teams na mas umaasa pa sa playbook, kagaya nga ng nakita natin sa Alliance. So Alliance, baby, it's time to freestyle a bit dito, pare.
Yeah, they can. And I feel like pwede naman to a point na we won't be mad if they do so kasi they thrive of that chaos again and kaya naman, and they win those fights every time, especially the mga last stints natin nung past Masters. Pero ang ating set MVP pagdating dito, ano yun?
Lalo na sa map 2 actually. Pero set MVP, Ram Athan will be the one taking it, pare. Honestly, Ram, ayun nga, no, it was actually pretty close between yung mga players natin. But in my opinion,
Yeah.
Ram, obviously, you have to give it to the kid. Mataas ang kanyang statistics. Says, kill per round was really good. And madami ring rounds sa masasabi natin that Ram actually saved it. Pero hindi lang mapapansin ng naked eye kasi, ayun nga, sobrang galing talaga ng pagka-trading nila na wala talagang naging star. It just so happens that Ram, had the most frags para sa kanyang team. But still, shout out to him, man. Very nice player.
Yeah, from the very last game na nakuha natin with Ram up until now, he's still providing us with a beautiful
performance as a player. But nonetheless, yan na pong ating set MVP and tapos na nga ang ating sub-base. 10-8 scoreline, Sneaky. Pero syempre, hindi pa naman tapos ang ating labanan. We will go towards Black Widow, which is pretty good. And ano ba yung third map natin, Sneaky?
It will be drum roll. It will be port.
Port,
Para dito sa
yeah,
ating map
diba?
number 3, PL para sa ALG and GR para sa Ekis.
Yep, so it's gonna be intense here in the first match of the day. Pero syempre, we will have a little bit of short break. So magbabalik po ang Summer Qualifiers ng ating Masters. Phase 2, Day 8. We'll be back after this. Diretso tayo sa laban dito sa Summer Qualifiers in the Philippines. And guess what? Unang labanan natin natapos na agad in sub-base. Close game. But better effort mula dito sa EKISQUAD 1-0. And now going into Black Widow, Sneaky. A map that everybody knows. A map that these players can play all throughout. Snipers will be activated. Attackers will be amazing. Set plays will be seen. Pero syempre, will it be a 2-0? Will it be a 1-1? Feeling ko gusto natin parehas pumunta ng port eh.
Yeah, for sure. I would be a big fan kung makakapunta nga tayo dito sa port map natin, pare. Fully knowing na yung dalawang snipers natin still have some unfinished business dun sa mapa na yun, pare. Pero pagdating naman sa mapa ng subbase, it has been an interesting map, no? Kasi nakita natin yung lahat ng dimension, kumbaga, ng dalawang teams natin. We saw the kind of freestyle method dito ng EKISQUAD, but at the same time, Teng also fully capable, no, of calling yung mga rounds na sobrang passive sila. Kagaya na nakita natin kanina, pare, naka-hold lang sila sa woods at dito sa MR. That is a strat once again cooked up by Feifei and Alcad back in the day. And it seems like itong pag ginamit mo sa mga sitwasyon kagaya ng ganun, where Alliance has to push forward, no, has to be the one who is pushing the issue, pwedeng mangyari nga yung ganun. Pero, problema nga, Polar. Map number 2 na tayo dito. Black Widow. That kind of style is gonna be slightly harder to pull off, no, considering yung size ng map. And at the same time, para sa Alliance, though, once again, it's time to freestyle para sa kanila dito, pare. Black Widow is the type of map where a lot of erratic things can happen, pero paminsan-minsan nagbe-benefit sa chaos itong BL side natin. So I feel like that's gonna be the way to go para sa kanila, pare.
Yeah, especially na parang we have multiple lurkers dito sa ating teams na pwedeng gumana. We saw it in the likes of Boo. Nakita rin naman natin yun dito sa EKISQUAD. Pero once they do find that player na out of place, tulad ng sinabi mo, anything can go, especially towards the BL side. Kasi these players natin, mula nag-start of the BL side, pwede nilang mahila paalis dito sa depensa ang mga GR players natin, which means any kind of kill will actually be easier to enter the site. Now, hindi sila mapre-prevent na mahirapan pa because they have a lot of options. And looking at the freestyle plays dito ngayon ng EKISQUAD and those set plays na parang out of nowhere will just surprise Alliance Gaming might be the chance para to determine a 2-0. Pero syempre, in Black Widow, sasabihin dito ng buong Alliance Gaming na kaya pa namin to. And let's go into the game. First shot in, Del QQ. Double sniper is out. And let's see kung ano nga bang sagot agad ng EKISQUAD.
And I actually like this galing dito sa Alliance. No? This is one of the main reasons why kung bakit nanalo sila dun sa last nilang Black Widow. The heavy presence ng ating double sniper between Nukin at TelQQ providing so much coverage para sa kanilang depensa para and allowing some of the other players on the side of Alliance to push forward sa mga ganitong sitwasyon. Tingnan mo si Cedric Kohler.
Oh, yun lang! Hindi niya man lang binaril. Medyo nakatama. Iniisip niya ata na unang makikita dun si Jams. But house beat. Possible control para dito sa EKISQUAD. And look at this, Sneaky. Sama-sama lang ang Ekis. Wala silang gagawing kakaiba.
Don't have to. Nakuha mo na yung B-Waters control. Hindi mo naman kailangan kunin yung house speed dito, pare. As long as you create uncertainty, no, na may tao dito sa bridge, na may possibility na may papasok dito sa B-side, that is enough para dito sa EKISQUAD na mas mag-default sa mapa natin. Maybe try to see if you can look for something sa short. Maybe look for something sa long, knowing na may existing long control kayo dito, pare. Pero EKISQUAD, never mind. They're just gonna do the simple equation, pare. We got one pick dito sa B. Dito na lang tayo pupunta.
Yep. 1 kill equals a push on B. Flash mula dito kay Jamero. Will start off the fight. Yuken misses the shot. Pero yung pinakadulong player pa yung mamamatay.
Whoa!
Jamero answers back as he clears off window B. Pero dun din mismo pupunta si Boo. And he might just find Tank crossing the site. And Owen King doesn't even get the kill. EKISQUAD ngayon. Good start in the round. Pero what an atrocious ender. Mag-isa lang si Jamero. Kalaban tatlo, good flash. At ngayon, nababarag na siya unti-unti. HK will not connect. Pero this is a done deal. Sneaky Jamero out of this game.
And it seems like playing the obvious dito para sa EKISQUAD no longer works pagdating sa mapa ng Black Widow dito, Polar. Honestly, kaya pa nila sana magkalat dun sa mapa na yun. No? I feel like, short or mid gonna be fought para sa kanila. Maybe, stragglers from the side of Alliance. Pero sa ganun kasi na decision, Polar, if you just straight up go dito sa B-site, tapos set up kayo agad dun, you don't confirm that anyone is in short or anyone is in spawn. So hindi mo talaga alam kung sinong nakabantay dito sa B. Despite getting the pick, malay mo, tatlo na pala sila dun. Wala kayong chinik.
I mean, you're absolutely right, Sneaky. Tsaka meron pa tayo ditong funnel situation kanina. Pero look at that LQQ once again. Opening the round. And guess what, Sneaky? Kung hindi kagana ang double TRG sniper, tatlo naman ang hawak dito. Pero nahanap agad dito ni Carl, si Nuken. And funnily enough, these two teams, kaya niyan mag-double sniper. Yun yung maganda doon.
Gusto nyo, all 10 na lang eh.
Why not? Diba?
Why not? Honestly, would be a wild situation, pare. I think at most nakita ko is 3 or was it 5? Actually, 5 at one time nakita ko. I think it was a CFPL if I'm not mistaken, right before the rules na bawal yung pareho yung barilo. I think it was like 3 Chaytax, 2 Barret or something, which is wild, no? Kasi hindi ka talaga makakadaan sa ganun na type na sniper, pare, if you are, for example, going through sub-base doors. Pero 1 TRG, is it gonna be enough para dito sa B-side? What?
Okay. Short take. Boo! Activates, bababa pa, and he dodges Ram. Oh, nakaalis pa si Boo! And kay Cedric, siya pa mismo yung mamatay. Good timing for Ram. But he falls down into the hands of Boo. That's an easy headshot. Jamero next. Pero Jamero will be the one to get the kill. A side take para ngayon dito sa EKISQUAD. Pero mabilisan lang galawan kay Del QQ. Just like before, last round in sub-base, ito yung dalawang nagkita. And both now wielding the same kind of HP and the same kind of gun. 30 seconds, Del QQ finds the player on window A, and Del QQ finally wins the 1v1. 2 points sa pagad ang ating Alliance Gaming.
Yeah, grabe. 6-0 para dito kay Del QQ, and what a way to start para sa kanilang GR side ng ating mapa. And the fact na, once again, the double sniper coming to effect para dito sa Alliance, covering so much of the map, no? Pa-insurable na sniper sa A, ma-insurable na sniper sa B, you're always guarantee a 4 versus 5 bago pa kayo ma-consider na kailangan mag-retake dito. So, it's a really good opening. Pero yung EKISQUAD parang nararamdaman ko na they're starting to figure out kung paano i-counter tong double sniper setup natin. They just have to bait out the riflers na paharap at kailangan nilang ma-force, kagaya ng ginawa ni Kay Cedric kanina, na mag-push ng short and play angles na dapat kinukuha dito ng mga rifles. And obviously, pag nag-miss ka ng TRG, pare, nako, you're about to get sprayed by a whole EBR pag ganun.
Yeah, Delix yun. But EKISQUAD, i-give up nila dito yung double TRG setup nila. Hindi na mo nagagawa dito si Carl ng extra firepower one-shot combo. What's funny is feeling ko wala naman masyadong ginagawa ditong mali ang EKISQUAD. They're playing their game. They're playing slow since ALG does not try to commit this time. Pero short, long A control with the singular player, smokes, too thick para makita yung other side pero mawawala agad. Boom. Might be the first contact. Pero sinutin nakataling dito with the TRG. Bababa si Boo. Creates havoc once again. Pero Owen King, makakapatay din naman. Open na ang A. Pero mismong mid dito, hindi makapasok si Carl. Which means there's no split and there's 2 players left. Jamero. Nade will jump. Yun yung ano yung babat mas bigla ka nag-quick switch. Pero Jamero will find the kill on Tams. And Del QQ, dederechohin na lang. And K Cedric will clean this up. 3 rounds for Alliance Gaming. Grabe yung GR side dito ng ALJ.
I think nagets ko kung ano yung tinatry dito ng EKISQUAD pare. I think they're trying to go for a 1-3-1 tapos may dadaan dun sa long na sniper at biglang may lalabas sa mid. Pero are you really risking 3 players dropping down sa spawn pare into, you know, possible crosshairs of 2 or 3 players natin? So it's not the best risk version na nagawa ng mga tropa natin. Pero tignan mo si Jamero taking out Alliance's highest fragger and possibly could be the start of something para sa EKISQUAD pare.
Yeah, first death dito to Del QQ Sneaky. We welcome back these snipers going in, especially when Carl uses it. Pero Nuken will not get that kill there. Hindi niya madedenine totally dito yung mid. Pero yun na nga, denied. Ang isa pang sniper dito ng EKISQUAD. And look at Cedric, man. This is so insane. 2 snipers back to back. Making plays. At si Tams ngayon, aware na meron tao dito sa my waters. And he can just have a fun time here. Tignan mo naman. Nag-aantay lang sila na makalapit yung C4. At wala pang flash, Nikki. Na nakasetup dito para sa EKISQUAD. So, diretso nga ba? Never mind. Owen King, inangat na ang kamay. Pumasok kayo, pero delayed push will be nice. Hindi i-expect ni Tams yun. 3v3. You can lang ang malapit ngayon, pero they enter the doors. They go into the site. They will plant the bomb. But there's still looters dito sa Alliance Gaming, Sneaky. Pwede pa sila umamanap dito ng big kills.
No, not now, boo. Wait for kay Cedric na umikot muna pare.
Malayo inikot.
Sila. Kay Cedric though, you need to speed up. There's 25 seconds left on the clock pare.
And inunahan na. We'll get the first kill there. Boo denied. And kay Cedric mukhang napatagal lang din talaga, pero will give a little bit of firepower here. You get 16 HP. Hindi yan kagana ngayon. Good executions mula sa EKISQUAD and risk averted. But timeout needed para makakuha pa ng extra rounds.
Ay, this is always happening, no? You know, that one win galing sa Tibo and then turns out they actually called the timeout. Pero I feel like it is needed para nga dito sa EK so kind of just reset right after a win. Exactly like that. Medyo high variance pa naman yun. Either team could have gotten it in all honesty. Pero at the same time, nakita mo yung layering dun ng Alliance in the very tail end ng ating round at around 25 seconds dito ng C4. That just like what I said, kaya sinabi ko kay Boo, wag mo muna itapon yan kasi si K Cedric paparating pa lang dito sa likod. But at the same time, K Cedric took so long na kunin tong house B pare. Nakaplant na yung C4 kanina pa nagtitik yan. So you better be running, no, not tap walking. Papunta nga dito sa house B to cause a distraction. And unfortunately, yun nga, hindi nila nagawa. And I feel like that shoddy teamwork is not gonna pass by itong EKISQUAD who, you know, easy hold na lang yan para sa kanila considering B-site naman yung hinuhold nila.
Tsaka nasa loob lang sila mismo ng site. So, tatlo lang yung pwede pasukan dito ng ating mga players. And funny enough, there's 3 players mula dito sa ating Alliance squad wherein 3 players could just hold each angle every time. And if may mamatay doon, okay lang. Kasi hindi pa rin naman sila makapasok. Plus, tulad nga na sinabi mo, bago pa makaabot dito ng bridge, mismong house BCK Cedric, 20 seconds naman natitira. So, pressure was there coming in from Alliance Gaming, which meant mistakes will happen. Boo, nandun, early with the flash. Actually, ang dami. I believe dalawa pa yung flash doon ng players mula sa Alliance Gaming, pero hindi nila gamit yung isa, which means talagang sobrang dry after that. That first flash was useless. Kasi even though K Cedric got the first kill dito sa House B, hindi para doon yung flash. So it was crazy to see na despite they were playing for Nuken there a little bit dun sa may window B, hindi nila napagana kasi nga sobrang delayed ng push.
It was also tragic, no, Polar? Kasi lahat ng win conditions na-meet na nila para sa B-site retake dito, pare. 40 seconds on the C4. Nandito na kayo sa labas. Like, you have all the possible nade setups na kaya nyong gawin dito ng pare. Pero unfortunately, para sa Alliance, I feel like the communication kind of broke down in that 3 versus 3 at nagkaunahan sila dito. EKISQUAD taking advantage of that small lapse galing dito sa Alliance. Pero Alliance kailangan mag-lock in ulit right after this EKIS timeout.
Alliance, 2 players on A, 1 on mid, 2 players on B, and fast executions. Meanwhile, babalik dito ang Alliance Gaming on that 2 for forward approach on Waters.
Ooh.
Investigation. Might find players.
Chill, gang! You're doing too much, pare. Meron na kayong motors control.
May naka-pepper siya man eh.
Sa bagay.
Oh.
Ba't gusto niya lumapit?
Hindi ko alam.
Parang yung instructions yan opposite. Kaya parang kailangan yung kalaban lumapit.
Kailangan mag-hold ka lang kay
Ay,
Cedric.
nagano lang siya, nagpa-bait. Para sila mag-pick. Okay, kay Cedric, ka nakikituhay.
Might be. Oh, shotgun! Bang, bang, bang! Bang, bang, bang din mula dito kay Ram. And Dams will not be able to recover anything there, pero he will fortify waters para di makalampas ulit ang ating EKISQUAD. Sabi yun, ha?
Grabe yun, man.
Kala-
If that was
kala ko.
a certain guy named TNZ on Team Stallions clan, parang nakakaapat siya dun.
Yeah. Siya yun eh.
Skirt.
Siya rin dapat yung...
Shout out to Albi. Del QQ.
Shoutout sa'yo, Salvi.
Hold on, he could cook.
Oh, he did cook. That's already one. And you can now with M14, hindi inakala. Pero yun, still alive, will fall down. So very disgusting there para sa EKISQUAD. Again, brute forcing their way towards these sites. Flash comes out. May smoke. May nade pa naman dito sila Carl. Boo actually has a little bit of timing here. Ina-expect ng EKISQUAD na mismo sa oras manggagaling ang mga players. And now, pinched up, pero Ram. Multiple MVPs in his title. In the belt. And can he provide a round? He cannot. Kasi Tams will get the kill. Hindi gumana ang timeout ng EKISQUAD.
Grabe, palakasan ng Atabs dito, Polar. And it seems like Tams, consensus, I think, Rookie of the Year para dito sa 2026 natin, pare. Playing exactly like it. And yun ang kinakailangan dito ng ALG. Some individual step-ups from individuals dito. Especially those from the least expected. Especially galing dito kay Boo. At kay Tams, crouch pick galing kay Del QQ will not be getting long control. And EKISQUAD. Okay, meron na silang onting foothold sa A-site. Pero anong gagawin nila with this long control? Are they gonna go short? Pwede ba silang mag-mid? There's a lot of options na ngayon dahil nabukas na nila yung ter.
Yeah. They can wait for time as well, no? Still early in the rounds, 2 minutes left. Kay Cedric still wielding the shotgun. that phrase, man. That phrase, it's so weird to say. Apat na gamagamo siguro sneaky kasi walang pumupunta dito sa may B-side.
Wala,
But,
wala yan sa FNTPS. May ADS yung shotgun.
Wala ka dun sa Kilobot na Bolt A-Bolt na nakita natin yung last time. Grabe.
Nakapatay ako. Shoutout sa'yo, Polar.
Ang ganda na. Shoutout din si Ate Jonah. Pero, ALG, are they ready para dito sa push na dalawa lang ang mag-hold? Boo underneath. Looking like Kellar in some point. But Flash towards the bottom side. Flash up del QQ. Boo makakarap ng isa pero babagsak si Ram. Headshot is there to dink up Boo and claim the kill with the body doon mula sa USP. Yung dalawang players natin sneaky mong gagaling sa B. Pati si Cedric ngayon sa long side pa magsha-shotgun. Ito yung gusto ko. What you know about a shotgun that's able to get some kills? Not this time. Tams, Rookie of the Year, might be in the next round kasi iba ang ginalaw dito ng ating EKISQUAD.
Alam mo, men, papasalamat talaga ako sa Smilegate that the slug doesn't exist.
Oh,
within the
yes.
balanced weapons. Kasi pakaramdam ko, that would definitely be the meta in this situation. Pero tignan mo naman si Ram! Does not need a sniper or does not need a shotgun to get a one-shot para sa kanya, pare. Pero Nuken getting in Jamero in return. CP control temporarily sa kamay dito ng ating alliance. Pero gusto pa rin labanan ni Owen King. But it's a 4 versus 4 para kay Cedric and Jamero out. I think I don't mind those trades kung either side kayo dito, pare.
Yeah. They're at least equal footing ulit, no? Susubok na naman ditong EKISQUAD na ma-open ang long A. And they did do it.
A-split. Ooh.
Ano kantay si Bu eh? Yung lahat, check niya. Second window now. In fronting. Better with the timing. And now the execution will happen. It's all up to Tams. That's the C4. That's 2 kills for the man himself. Tams. Galawang malakas pero mamamatay lang din in the hands of Teng. A-site open. It's all up to Nuken with an M14 EBR. And he might have the timing here. Di pa nakaplanta yung bomba. Teng planting it now and he has a little bit of information. Sipat na sipata ang ulo dito ni Teng. He will discombobulate Carl by going towards the long side. An easier angle para makita dito yung metal box. And with 25 seconds, Carl's thinks that somebody is behind kasi yung timing once again. Better for Alliance Gaming. Hindi na mawallbang yan. Pero he keeps on spraying Carl. 1 HP goes above the lip. And what a good play mula dito kay Nuken. 8 seconds. Enough for the defuse.
Well played. Galing kay Nuken, no? Parang ever since na yung unang mintis dun ng sniper pare, he did not let up on the pressure of the TRG, forcing him to peak in very bad situations exactly like that. But at the same time, kung kayo yung EKISQUAD dun pare, you would be surprised. Biglang nag-pop flash itong si Tam sa short and he got 3. That singular play, pare, sinasabi ko nga sa'yo, the individuals are doing it para sa Alliance, but that singular play wrecked the entirety of the offense dito ng Ekis, and that's what I like to see from a rookie like that, pare.
And that's what I like to see as well dito sa mga mapa natin, no? Talagang na-highlight yung lakas ng mga players natin individually. One map like that is Ankara. So this is nice to see. But EKISQUAD have yet to see the lighted day. Tatlo pa din ang angat dito ng Alliance Gaming. And ang nakakatawa doon, Sneaky, hindi ito yung Alliance Gaming na naka-default setup. Hindi si Nuken ang naka-sniper. For the past 3 rounds, si Del QQ lang yung naka-sniper dito. Tams testing the line of fire of Carl. At mukhang hindi masarap yun.
That's not the meal that I would like to have, no, pare. TRG with rice. And Tams is gonna be in the bench for now. At least on the sidelines, pare. In the foul box. Kumbaga, mga ball knowers natin. Sa minuto na lang dito sa ating clock. And still a lot of map control, no? Para dito sa side ng Ekis. Kasi hindi masyado umaharap itong Alliance. But that also creates a lot of uncertainty para sa Ekis kung kailangan pa nilang hanapin yung mga players na to. Pero boo!
Boo! Nanggulat! No! Pero again... Parang nasa rank match ng multo hunting dito ang EKISQUAD man. Di sila nagugulat sa mga pagsugod. Sila mismo ang dumediretso. Pero Nuken now switches to the HK. Good headshot. And it's a headshot king! Del QQ once again providing a lot. Pero Ram, mas marami siyang binibigay. Ubos lahat. EKISQUAD with a round.
Okay, di ko na-expect yun, na straight up mauubos na lang yung Alliance dito sa spawn end sa site. EKISQUAD, pure suntukan galing sa kanila dito, pare. Sometimes that's what you have to do in a game like CrossFIRE with the amount of pace na meron sa round na yun, pare. An Alliance, maybe getting a bit too excited in the ring, pare. Sila pala yung nasuntok dun.
Yeah. Mabilis ang bugbugan lang dito sa may long, no? Yun yung mismong medyo delikado. Pero delikado ang buhay ngayon ng Alliance Gaming as they already found the B anchor dito ng Alliance, EKISQUAD. These are like early map control, man. Kakaiba, Tams. HK.
May kasamang dasal yung hold na yan. Sana hindi siya i-peak. Especially sana dito sa right side, para kitang-kita.
Oh, pag pumunta sa corner, no?
No. Ay, hindi umalis. We're chilling.
Yep.
Pero kung narinig yan ni Tams, he can go for a cheeky flank dito, pare. Pero kailangan maging careful na si Owen King. I think a bit suspicious na pwede pang maka-rotate galing dito sa B. Pero si Tams, starting to jiggling, man. One flank could direct this entire offense, pare. Pero EKISQUAD, opportunity to execute now habang wala pa nangyayari.
I mean, fast pace. Ang round number 19 natin, round number 9. Flash comes in, same kind of execution. Pero Nate will stop them a little bit. Del QQ! Nakaharap ng dalawa kay Flash na pa! And A-site now, closed doors para dito sa EKISQUAD, pero sinisira with a crowbar dito ngayon ni Ram. They open up once again, pero Nuken just good with the shots now. He's not just a sniper, he's a rifler as well. 45 seconds, di makakat si Carl. Hindi makaakyat at bumagsak sa 8 rings of hell. And that's 3 rounds up again for Alliance Gaming.
Ayun nga pare, and it seems like they're not enjoying the fire and the pestilence dun sa ilalim natin dito pare, unfortunately. Pero para naman dito sa ating Alliance squad, low-key, medyo in-expect natin to Polar. Kasi every single time na papasok yung Alliance dito sa Black Widow, they just somehow figure it out, especially pagdating dito sa GR side. You know, the double sniper solution, tamang-tama para sa kanila dito pare, kasi it kind of provides that 4v5 threat constantly para dito sa Ekis, which in turn kind of makes them play a whole lot more careful no pagdating sa kanilang setups dito sa mapa natin. That's why you did see itong Ekis natin play a lot more careful dito sa mapa natin, as gusto nilang iwasan yung initial sniper setup nga natin dito pare. And ayun nga, it feels like they're doing the right thing dito sa mapa natin. Problema ka lang, can they do the exact same thing pagdating dito sa BL side? Kasi EKISQUAD, they're also just as capable of rocking itong double sniper natin dito pare. And if ma-pull off nila yun, especially if it is Jamero and si Carl, winnable pa to para dito sa Ekis, as long as they don't get baited. Kasi itong Alliance, they are gonna be doing some fakes from time to time pare. They have to be on point in terms of the reads and the information getting dito pare. So it's gonna be a lot of responsibility kung sino man ang magiging aggressive para sa EKISQUAD on that GR side para kumuha talaga ng napakasusi na impormasyon dito pare.
Yeah, I mean, like, going back to your thought na replication is not that easy to do, especially with these kinds of teams. Yes, job's not done, pero with these kinds of like plays in the earlier parts of the rounds, plus every shot is hitting for these plays, siguro exception lang dun si Cedric kasi parang naumay ata siya sa first map, tapos puro siya shotgun for the most of the rounds. Ngayon he's back on the rifle, so might be a different taste para dito kay Cedric. Pero yun na nga no, again, everyone is hitting their shots. Star plays for both teams are gonna be still in the limelight. So, let's see. Again, just like you said, GR side is still pretty good. Di pa naman doon nakakatikim ang ating players mula sa ating EKISQUAD. And last time na nakita rin natin ang EKISQUAD, it was up against another team. And their GR side was the determining factor para makakuha ng big wins. And doon pa sila manggagaling. Doon pa sila magsistay pagdating dito sa second half. But nonetheless, we are switching sides and we're going into the game just a little bit right now actually. Summer Qualifiers continues around number 11. Around number 10, there's no double TRGs. Actually, 4-5 rifles in the hands of EKISQUAD. They're expecting a big push.
Grabe. It's anything but the opposite ng ating ating kabila pare. Pero titignan natin. Fast B-side hit? No way.
Oh, I told you there's gonna be going in. There's no smokes yet, so open pa rin dito ang EKISQUAD na makakuha ng crossing player. Jamero, Barag, Carl, hi! How did you do that, boo? Yun ang gulat na lahat nakakatakot. Carl with the immediate death will slow down the retake dito ng EKISQUAD. Nades towards, actually smoke. Papunta sa pinaka-corner dun sa metal. But they will still go in. Owen King. Ito na naman yung entry ni Owen. Pero Tap will get one at ubos. Tulad ng pagkamatay dito ni Carl, yun din ang i-replicate ng EKISQUAD. First round. The second half goes towards ALG.
Grabe, and it was all about that jumping shot galing dito kay Puno. Kasi yung makaka-disrupt lang naman sa push dito ng B-side is those B-doors. And buti na lang talaga, pati si Coach is also stepping up to the plate, USP in hand. And that is why that is the best weapon in the game at the very moment, pare. Alliance taking advantage of their pacing dito sa B-side habang hindi pa nakaset up itong Ekis natin. We're expecting a lot slower of an offense, pero hindi naging mabagal dito yung Alliance, pare.
I mean, inip na dito si Nuken, man. Naka-rifle lang siya. Why not just keep on going? Nahanap agad na si Nuken, pero A-site, wala dyan ng players natin mula dito sa Ekis.
Nice shot.
3. Big shot. That's good. Tatlo ang napatay ni Del QQ. Make it 4. Del QQ. Holy Mother of God.
Yun nga, nakakatakot ka na dito, Abdel, kung ano-ano na tinatamaan mo dito sa mapa natin. At partida, siya pa ang IGL ng ating Alliance Gaming Squad. So he's calling and he's hitting At the same time, long take possibly para dito sa EKISQUAD. Kitang-kita sa POC itong si Jamero. Pero si Teng makakadalawa. Del QQ in return gets his own double. 3 versus 3. Meron ding action na pwede mangyari dito sa B-side ng mapa. Pero yung C4 nakadrop na sa LA. Nuken will get ramp. Pero ano mangyayari dito, Polar?
I mean, they expect that, no? Smokes. Carl mamamatay! Holy! Nuken with the beautiful headshots. At open na, Sneaks. Alam nila si Owen nasa A-side pa. At dahil dyan, Nuken will patiently wait. Dumiretso kayo dito. Del QQ found out. TRG will not even shoot, pero nades will fly by. Oh, Owen King.
Oh, I think it's A.
Ayun na.
They know exactly where he is, man. I mean, may chance pa ba to? Unless Owen gets the sickest one tap dito kay Del QQ. Let's tell another tale dito sa ating retake. Could be 2 nasty one taps kay Cedric. Kita na nga dito sa house speed. Del QQ unang sasala pero 20 seconds na lang dito Polo to execute this kind of play. Owen King isa na naman. 15 seconds pero kay Cedric all you have to do is run away. Pero pumasok ulit na house speed. Owen King napatingin sa baba, napatingin sa taas. 8 seconds, 4 to defuse. Pero kay Cedric only needing 5 bullets para sa ating last player. 9-3. Alliance on the brink of taking Black Widow dito, Polar.
Somehow talaga, pag Black Widow Sneaky, Alliance activates. They find the will to survive a series. And with this push on long A na wala man lang hold mula sa ating EKISQUAD, they might have a possibility of an ender. They stabilize. Let Del QQ stay on there. At nahanap pa si Carl! All the way from behind the metal box. At yun pa mismo kailangan nilang patayin na shutdown mismo sa second half dito si Carl.
Yeah, 0-4 and pati na rin si Jamero who's 0-3. In this one, Owen King having to step up to the plate para sa kanyang team pare. A-side looking prime and ready for the taking para dito sa Alliance. Owen King mag-isa pero pumapatay pa rin kay Cedric. Nuken down pero Tams finally a trade pero Jamero finally activating on the side. Train will be taken pero Boo and Tams will be taken too as well. Teng na lang natitira. Can you get the revenge? Can you get the lifeline para sa team ng Ekis pero hindi sinayawan na lang ni Boo ang pillar dito Polar and it will be a 10-3 para dito sa Alliance.
Ring the bell because we're going to round number 3 or set number 3. Alliance Gaming. Buhay na buhay dito sa Black Widow. And this all seems too family Sneaky. This was like the games all before nung Masters natin in Southeast Asia. Grabe dito ang ginagawa ng ating mga teams. May buga nga talaga ditong Alliance Gaming. And EKISQUAD, man, they were hitting dun sa first half natin. Pero after the second half, yung mga players na kailangan asahan dito ng EKISQUAD, parang na-shutdown lang dito. All from a singular man, Del QQ. Grabe yun.
Bro. I mean, Del QQ, he is an absolute monster, no? Pag nabigyan mo talaga ng onting momentum yung bata na to, pare, he can hit the darndest of shots. Kaya na nakita natin dito sa A-site. But you also would like to compliment, no? Itong si K. Cedric and also itong si Tams, to be specific, pare. Nuken, you know, by default, man, you know, he's gonna drop 20, no? Let's be FFR, drop 15, drop 10. That's the Nuken way. Pero Tams, man, barely inexperience pagdating dito sa ating Summer Qualifiers, barely inexperience pagdating dito sa ating SEA Masters. Pero grabe din, parang veterano gumalaw dito sa ating mapa ng Black Widow and I'm very happy to see that, especially from player as new as him. But at the same time, EKISQUAD, there was a break point dito sa game natin, Polar, and I think it came in nung naging 6-3 scoreline natin and Alliance really just breaking the site open dito nga sa B and ayun nga, pakiramdam ko dun sa round na yun, medyo natilt na rin itong EKISQUAD and they just started throwing things at the wall until it sticks pero hindi gagana yan up against Alliance. Not against Alliance on their best map, pare.
Yeah, Alliance Gaming, man. I mean, I'm also happy that they're open for mid-round adapting and even the start of the round so parang magpapalit sila dito mga baril. And you see the adjustments, man. You rarely see a team in Masters, in CrossFIRE na will try to, ako na lang muna mag-sniper. You're not working right now. Go for the rifles kasi kaya mo rin naman tumutok. And that's what they did. And that was the answer basically kasi it provided Del QQ with a more passive, more aggressive kind of style. And the rest of the squad can just do for executions and get these like 1v1s. Pero tama ka naman, no? Early in the first half, And in the end as well, nung first half natin, may panag yung EKISQUAD, pero feeling ko na-tilt lang talaga dito yung EKISQUAD because they could not answer back. Mula dito sa mga 2v1 fights, 1v1 fights natin, it was always paving the way towards Alliance Gaming. What can we say, man? Again, man of the hour dito ngayon is the IGL himself, LQQ.
Yeah, and then also Nuke, no, actually picking up the rifle for some of these rounds kasi alam niya nang mainit yung kanyang IGL pare sa niya. I'ma let him cook with the sniper. Marunong din naman ako magluto gamit ang rifle and cook he did. Pero tingnan mo naman to. 3-piece from Del QQ. Look at so crispy pare. And ayun nga, pag mainit si Abdel, mahirap talagang pigilan yan. And EKISQUAD obviously still have a lot to think about bago sila pumasok dito sa ating map number 3. You know, is the systemless CROSSFIRE gonna work dito sa mapa ng port or is it gonna be Alliance just going out with a bang? Pero tignan mo si Del QQ. 20! Sakto ang kanyang score dito pare.
Woo! 20-7 para kay Del QQ. Nuken with a 15-10 scoreline. As a rifler for the majority of these 13 rounds sa Black Widow, big ups para kay Ram. Pinakita niya pa rin naman dito yung mga talagang, you know, Ram MVP mindset. Pero na-shutdown lang talaga si Carlman. Look at that, 6-11. Talagang devastating yun. And somehow, parang binabaliwala pa nga dito na kay Cedric yung mapa to kasi naka-shotgun ka ba naman for 5 rounds? Tapos wala naman siya nakita doon ng mga players na pumapasok except for that one time. Actually 2 times dito sa may B and even sa may bridge. But yeah, everybody worked out. The set plays worked out. The strategies played well para dito sa Alliance Gaming and adaptation at its finest. So 3-10, 13 rounds, 7 ang angat ng Alliance Gaming to close out and to provide us with a possibility of an amazingness dito sa port. Our set MVP now, feeling ko Sneaky, kilala mo na yan. Sino nga ba yung may gitrata?
Of course, it is gonna be itong si Del QQ. 2.86 KD, 1.43 kills per round. Absolute impact, no? Pagdating sa statistics, pare, you are good for 1.5 every single round, pare. And 0.4 smokes per round, a lot higher, no? Kumpara sa nakita natin sa ating simula ng series para dito sa kabilang side. So, it is a lot more setups at gamit na gamit yung utility para dito sa Alliance. And I'm glad to see that, though, for a team na we do like to say that, you know, medyo freestylish or pubby yung kanilang playstyle from time to time. Alliance looking very structured pagdating dito sa mapa ng Black Widow. And hope to see the exact same thing as well dito sa mapa ng Port considering magsisimula sila sa BL side. And in a map like Port, BL side requires a lot of patience and BL side requires a lot of setup. And pakiramdam ko Alliance, they can play that exact style kasi nakita ko na yan before galing sa kanila pare. Pero kaya ba nilang gawin yung style na yan up against EKISQUAD who are, in my opinion, I think they're gonna be more familiar dito sa mapa ng Port kumpara nga dito sa mapa ng Black Widow, pare.
Yeah, tama ka naman doon. I feel like the map favors a little bit towards the EKISQUAD, but we saw some improvements naman for Alliance Gaming. Yes, they've been structured. Yes, they've been whole, but Alliance is still Alliance. So, let's see kung ano nga bang handa ng ating dalawang teams pagdating dito sa ating third set. Nonetheless, tayo po ay dadayo dyan. Later on, after this short break, magbabalik ang CFS Masters Summer Qualifiers of the Philippines. Welcome back sa Summer Qualifiers for the Masters. Matira ang matibay sa walang tigil na laban. Okay, not bad. But itong ating laban na ito will still go towards our set number 3, Port. And this map has been such a highlight. No? I feel like kasi Sneaky, kung isipin mo, naging sub-base, Eagle Eye yung second map ng mga teams, naging new compound. Now, Port is also one of those maps that are really been a priority for our teams. And with this decider, ano nga bang pwede nating abangan? Sniper matchup would be pretty fun dito sa ating mapa na ito.
Kumbaga pare, like, Ankara, that's so last year pare. Dito na tayo sa Port, dito sa ating 2026. And in all honesty, I really like this increased prevalence ng ating mapa ng Port kasi yun nga, no, yung goal natin as a region is really to expand yung map pool natin, and I feel like yung mga teams natin have done a really good job of expanding said map pool. Yun nga, meron na tayong mga teams na sobrang galing sa Eagle Eye, sobrang galing sa new compound, at sobrang galing dito sa mapa ng Port. And one of the few things na I actually would like to compliment yung lahat ng teams natin dito sa ating Summer Qualifiers, lahat na sila may galawan dito sa BL side ng mapa natin. And that goes to my point, no, BL side para dito sa ating Alliance team. So, obviously will be very difficult to start the game, pero from what I saw last time, no, willing naman sila magantay, similar sa ginagawa ng SGJ, similar sa ginagawa dito ng BP na magantay ng matagal pare, paset mo muna yung depensa dito ng Ekis, let them play, their due positions, baka may tao dito sa bridge, baka may tao dito sa curve, and then dun na kayo mag-set up pare, because the defense gets a lot more predictable, no, pag ganun na yung sitwasyon natin pare, and I feel like once the defense is predictable, mas mapapadali na yan para sa Alliance, but at the same time, it's still port, no, kaya pwede pang bumaliktad yung fights papunta sa kalaban dito pare.
Yeah, plus heavy on the heavy eyes on sa mga close quarter combats natin kasi these two teams again, nandiyan pa rin naman yung mga thoughts na these two teams are very very face front value kumbaga in terms of fights. So House B control will be met by a lot of bloodshed, long A as well, CA as well, no. I don't necessarily see Alliance prioritizing CA that much. Siguro EKISQUAD pwede pa eh. Pero kasi Alliance have those like very passive north side map holds kapag nasa GR side sila. Pero nonetheless, diretso nga lang sila. Carl will find off kay Cedric. Owen King, good for one as well. At sobrang bilis nila. Tingnan mo yung Alliance Gaming, nasa spawn pa din.
That is crazy execution of Polar. In 15 seconds, nakuha nilang mag-boast dito sa House B. And they got it first try. That's the execution that you need, no? Dito sa mapa natin para magulat nga yung team kagaya nga ng Alliance dito who are trying to get some early LB control instead. Sila pa nga ang mamamatay doon. And I don't like this galing sa Alliance to pare. It's too early in the round to be fighting, pare.
Yeah. Del QQ also good with the jumps. Pero Ram, mas maganda lang aim kapag nakatayo ka man. Hindi yung tumatalon with the M14. So, ALG now down by 3 players. Grabe, bilis ng mga movements dito ng players natin on port and that's why I love the map, man. Daming pwedeng gawin.
Lots of things to see. Lots of things to jump on. Pero ano kaya yung decision dito ng Alliance? The B site is gonna be a bit rough to go for, no? Tingnan mo naman yung position ni Owen King at ni Carl dito, the team random duo. Synergy at an all-time high dito sa B site. And it will be Carl getting itong si Nuken. USP will not work up against Carl who has a fully fledged rifle pare. And that will be EKISQUAD. Round 1 on the board para sa kanila men. And honestly, it was all about that LB play pare.
Yeah, ang ganda talaga ng play na yun para makakyat agad dun sa may second floor. And bloodshed nga talaga, yan ang ibibigay sa inyo ng House B control. Mid, take, kaso Jamero is just too aware. I told you they're too fast, Nikki. Alliance Gaming doesn't know how to stop in the early parts of these rounds.
Sige kayo, papa-timeout ko to. Tapos ako kakausap sa inyo, men. Men, hindi nyo kailangan gumanito agad sa start ng round, pare. There is no reason for this, man. Kasi na-allow itong EKISQUAD to go for jiggle peaks exactly like this as Z and exactly like this as CA and just allowing them to take good fights in a row dito, pare. Granted, naiintindihan ko na pwede maging sugal yan para dito sa Alliance, pero that's a losing hand. 90% of the time, pare.
Yeah. It always goes bust, Sneaky. Itong pass, push, apat pa, and it's just a good thing that Alliance Gaming only gave up kay Cedric there. But here comes the executions. A side, mas weaker na defense for the side of EKISQUAD, and Nuken hits the shot on Teng. Man down, parang hindi sa EKISQUAD, and look at Boo. Talk about fast feet. It's Boo with fast reactions. Scar will kill off Del QQ as they go for the cover. Boo on top of A. Will create chaos. Kaso yun lang, lahat ng players very low in HP. Natira pa si Boo. And Owen King, good for 3. Triple kill to give their second round.
Grabe, Owen King staking his claim on the A site, pare. Tamang akyat baba lang dito. And Boo, unfortunately, tingin ko mas madami pa sanang value yung makuha niyang position dito sa top, no? Dinretso na dito yung exit, but once again, kay Cedric a bit too fast on his feet. Del QQ naman makita dito kay Jamero, but it's a quick trade from Ram once again, and it's another 3 versus 4 Polar.
Another fast man para dito sa EKISQUAD. They're just waiting patiently. Get into position dito sa may Z. Get control dito sa may exit ng A. Put players on House B. It's just too easy dito sa mga first 30 seconds natin for EKISQUAD. And somehow kumakagat palagi Alliance sa gantong masarap ba? Feel ko naman hindi eh.
Kita lang genuinely no? Kasi
Yeah.
Doing this.
Pura TSK. Tumi TSK gawin.
Wait, pero Nuken. One cheeky crouch peek. Yan ang maganda pare, pero kailangan pa may tanggalin sa bridge pa eh. Dito pa si Teng.
And Teng will play very, very angles here. Or short angles. Pero the smoke, good deny and good distraction. Pero dito talaga. Test of the waters, man. Patience play. Pushing. You can. Parang sabi niya, ako na lang mag-open. Mas magaling naman ako eh. Oh! Magaling niya! And even Owen King nag-push masyado dito towards the court side ng B. You can. Good for 3 in this round as well. ALG. All they had to do was play slow.
All you had to do was hold God MLB pare. Ay. Yung ang nakakatawa doon, Polar, yung nangyayari dito sa Alliance, nangyari naman dito sa Ekis. Sila naman yung nag-overextend this time para sa fight na to. Pero at the same time, good recognition as well para dito sa ALG na iniwan lang nila dito sa mid si Nuken, and obviously the attempt to try to go for a double peak, no? Kaso ang ganda ng spot dito sa ating B player. And Alliance, now the ones baiting yung EKISQUAD paloob. Finally, Polar, ginawa na nila.
Yes, the classic one dito sa may LB, isa sa may LA, tatlo sa may bin. Antay lang. But there's quick answers though para sa EKISQUAD. Tingnan mo naman kung saan sila nakapwesto. They're very far back. Nag-aantay lang. CA taken by K. Cedric. So, papadala nila dito si K. Cedric towards A.
Lang. This has been the longest that K. Cedric has been alive so far dito sa game natin.
Yes.
So, no longer is the entries reckless para dito sa ating EKISQUAD. Looking like an A-take, Polar, pero hindi pa bumabuelo tong Alliance. Pakaramdam ko maghahanap muna sa LB. Maybe slip a player on the underside of bridge via Z.
Yeah. Delayed push. Tapos si Bu gagawa dito ng backstab play. Possibly move towards Z. Pero masyadong mabilis ang rotations. Pero 45-second timer ata dito ang golden time ng ating Alliance para makapasok. Make it 55 na lang. Flash is there. Pero masyadong marap dito si K. Cedric. He falls down immediately. Pero si Bu looking to get Carl here. On the curve side. And he misses every shot. Buhay na buhay pa dito si Carl. But he still gets the kill. So they think it's now B. At doon nga talaga pupunta ang mabilis ang reaction sa ALG. Banking on Bu to stay alive sa baba ng B. And he gets 2. Isa pa with the help of Sam. Jamero and Teng left alone. Last 2 players pinarag na ng USP ni Nuken. Double kill from the sniper himself. And what a round for ALG.
Grabe, despite getting bottom B control, itong EKISQUAD, I'm actually surprised that they lost every single fight dito sa top B natin, pare. And even gave enough time for ALG, for the other members na medyo matagal pa makarotate para makarating dito ng B side. EKISQUAD, surprisingly, losing every single fight na nakita nila dito sa mapa na to. And also would like to compliment si Nuken na nagpaiwan siya on purpose to get all this information from the backside ng ating baba ng BR on the BL side. He was just looking at B side the entire time, pare, and saw every single member crossfire. Alam nila yung information at Jamero mamamatay dito sa mid. Ram will get one in return, but still, K. Cedric got what he wanted, pare.
Yeah, and that's a kill, no? Ito yung expendable na okay lang para sa lalo na kung ganito si Nuken. He has activated himself in the third map. 7 kills. In 4 rounds. In 5, to be precise. Pero wow. Feeling ko nakikinig dito ang Alliance.
Polar, na-punish nila yung punish, pare. That's how wild it is. Na-punish nila yung mid-punish sana na inisip dito ng ng EKISQUAD na sige, kaya natin i-double pick tong mid kasi baka may nakapick lang dito. Maybe it is Bu, maybe it is si Tams, and we can maybe surprise them. Pero sila yung nagulat dun, men. Good read.
Ubu.
Bulaga.
And he gets the kill onto Carl. May damage pa dito through the very gap doon sa may curve. B-take Owen King. Flash is that good. Very late. They still have 45 seconds and look at this fast push mula kay Del QQ. Realizes that all the players coming from Ekis manggagaling na dito sa B. Pero Owen King finds the C4. Ba't siya dun dumaan? They thought it was so clear. And now it's left for the duos. Pero Del QQ fast in the feet. Diretso lang happy feet. Pero happy shots for Teng. Nuken waits and kills Teng dito sa may mid. And that's a wrap for ALG.
Yun nga, if I was Ekis no pare, the timeout call would be coming very very soon para sa kanila dito. They're losing so much of these points so early dito sa laruan natin, Polar. And the fact na nakatatlo na yung ALG, all you can hope for dito sa second half kung kayo yung Ekis is a 6-3. That is it. And hindi pa yun, Min. The fact that Ekis still has to score it and Alliance is making every single round annoying para sa kanila, pare. No longer are they going for these early pushes para makuha nila yung CA. Instead, they're actually actively punishing itong Ekis for going for these aggressive plays, especially going into later in the mid-round natin, pare. Pero Ram, attempting something new para sa kanyang team. CA Flash would make the difference. Pero si Del QQ caught in 4K, pare.
Del QQ down, which means hot hands dito sa ALG will be minuscule. Pero kay Cedric, diretso niya dito yung CA. He believes na wala namang umakyat dito ng todong-todo. Goes towards Ninja, actually. And with Carl spotted, Tams and Case Cedric claims his life. B-site is so clear. Isa lang nakapwesto. At tama pa ata ang basa dito ng buong ALG squad. They go towards B. Undetected. Meanwhile, Case Cedric magpapakita na dito sa mid. Owen King once again. Same kind of position. With the HK, will be dead. What a headshot ball bang mula dito kay Boo. A 3v3 pa pero tignan mo yung HP po sneaks. Tams and Boo. Unting bala lang kailangan. Jamero is here immediately. Pero hindi siya magpupush. He waits for Ram and Teng. And the distraction works. Jamero ngayon papasok. Teng for the cover. One down, one left. Nuken. Mamamatay from the wall banks. Too many HP to deplete para sa ALG and EKISQUAD. Equalizes with a 3-3.
Yeah, pare, really good timing finally para dito kay Teng to catch some of these players off guard. But at the same time, itong Alliance, I feel like they might have not have committed too hard dito sa ating side. But at the same time, some really good shots being hit on either side of the map, pare. Napapansin mo dito, Polar, mas dumadami na yung EVR para dito sa side ng Alliance. They are looking to see if they can gain more value, no, galing sa kanilang wall banks dito, especially in hits, just like this B site. Pero para naman sa Ekis, madaling clear lang yun, pare.
Yep. Waiting for the push kay Cedric once again. Ito hindi maganda para sa side ng Alliance Gaming. Meanwhile, EKISQUAD happy with that immediate contact. Umalis na naman sila Siki sa slow push nila. Haharapan nila si Teng. Flash is good pero they use it. Useless yun. Del QQ barag. Piso kung piso 5 ang natitira ng HP. And somehow they're stuck in mid.
Ayun, napapalit pa. So that confirms that there's more than one player sa mid, no, Polar, para dito sa Ekis. And Teng taking full advantage ng kanyang heady angle dito sa Z-side. No? All you have to do is press crouch para hindi ka matamaan ng bala dito. And the fact na meron pa siyang cover galing sa kanyang kakampi na si Owen King is looking prime and ready. Pero Del QQ, one crouch pick could be the solution to this top A player.
Jamero. Is he ready? Grabe, 1,000 MS. But nonetheless, Alliance Gaming now. Still cannot go in kasi nandiyan naman si Ramo the HK. And mid denied even just from the sheer bombardment ng bullets dito ni Teng. Alliance nakuha agad nila yung sniper kill pero delikadong hirap pa din makapasok.
So pwede pang pumalit pa ng baril dito si Ram, no? So sniper threat could still be very much looming dito sa mapa natin, Polar. Pero no choice na lang para dito sa Alliance. They have to push mid. They have to get a successful footing sa mapa na to. Pero problema nga lang na andito pa si Carl, pinalitan ng kanyang kakampi na si Teng. Still, Z doing the exact same damage that it did sa start ng round natin. Del QQ, granted, you have been doing wonders para dito sa ating Alliance. Pero EKISQUAD finally regaining the lead dito sa mapa natin. But ang ideal dito, Polar, they have to get these last two.
Yeah. They have to switch the narrative na 6-3 in favor of Alliance. Kailangan EKISQUAD yun. B-hit fast push. Good with the shots with the USP. Pero Owen King, masyadong late ang trade. LQQ, babaraki na lang ang A-B side. And they are overwhelmed. Meanwhile, Teng cannot see anybody's LQQ. Binastos siya kanina pero siya ngayon ang gagawa ng mga beautiful kills. And Teng also found by Tams. It looks like there's no possibility of a 6-3 scoreline kasi tinay na dito ng Alliance in a 4-4.
And I love that call galing sa Alliance to Polar. Parang last round nakita lang natin na sobrang tinagal nila ang ating mid-side. It took so long just to set up for a possible B-push. Pero ngayon, mapapa B-side hit na naman pa sila Polar. B-side hit, run it back, why not? It works and they have entered itong house B natin. Pero kaya pa nila pumasok na B-side. Peke lang pala yun, Polar. Mapapabalik sila, mapapa-U-turn. Iniwan si Tam. Sabi niya, teka lang. Kaysa kala ko ba push to?
Bakit?
The
C4 is still deep, ah.
Ay, hindi. A-fake, Polar.
Pero look at the position. 6, dalawa sa top A.
Oh. Was that a check ball? Check ball lang pala yun, pare.
Very overplay the sneaks. But still, there's still 5 man alive. Hindi naman total damage ang nakuha nila dito on that first engagement onto House B. Mid-take into exit?
Since pakiramdam ko threatened tong B-site, no, Polar. Parang alam ng Alliance na okay, may mas madaming players dito sa B kumpara nga dito sa A since all the presence that we've known. Pero look at this, the double fake. A-side, may smoke na lumalabas. Pero papalik sila ng B-Polar. Mag-isa lang dito si Owen.
Namarinate sila, sneaky, na mabilis lang dito Alliance Gaming. But they're slowly, quietly pushing their way towards B. Ram will fortify B site. No flash needed. Babaril na lang and Boo whips out the pistol, ensures the kill. And Ram will get the kill, pero pinumbard dito ngayon ang katawan ni Ram. And look at that QQ from the cover from the backside. It's 2 down. Make it 3. And even Carl cannot garner any more kills. That's 2 players in his name. Tams found Nuken.
Gagalaw, Tams.
Waiting imminent death. Si Tams nakaantay lang. And he gets the kill. In our first half, 5-9 na balik sa Alliance ang angat.
Oh my goodness, Polar. We saw the rush and the double fake into the rehit galing dito sa Alliance, pare. Oh my goodness, nilabas na ang buong playbook para dito sa BL side at napaka-worth it nun, Polar, kasi tignan mo naman, you got the lead even right before the half turns in Alliance. Prime and ready para kunin ang mapa na to since nasa kanila na ang pinakamalaking advantage sa mapa na to, which is that GR side. Now it's all about execution, pare.
What can EKISQUAD offer to possibly claim the whole series? Kay Cedric, prioritization dito sa may CA. Pero Jamero, I think he knows.
Flash, man. Ask for a flash.
Here goes the flash. Kasi di na blind, pero di kailangan.
That's crazy.
Jamero just better with the shots. And guess what? M14 dyan sticks up against an HK. At mali pa itutok na kay Cedric.
Nanalo siya doon. That's crazy. That's like 95% of the time, pare, hindi ka talaga mananalo sa ganun na sitwasyon considering na hindi pa tumama yung flash. Pero tignan mo, Alliance, they're gonna try to make their own play happen, pare. Pero masyado madaming tao, Polar.
Oh, Boo gets the kill together with Tams. And they open up immediately as they kill everyone in mid and long. Tams goes back, wide peaks, gets one, pero wallbang just too good. Good advantage para dito ngayon sa EKISQUAD. At nakaharap agad si Del QQ. EKISQUAD, they know how to play slow. Immediately sa BL side.
Yun nga, men. Sayang yung round na yun, pare. Especially para dito kay Tams, who's already gotten a double kill. And maganda yung call dun ng Alliance to actually place the timing dito na lang sa may long side, considering they could have caught multiple players by surprise, pare. Considering na dun halos lahat sinaset up ng mga lineup dito para sa A. Kaso EKISQUAD, they were still waiting para dito sa Alliance na mag-push dito. And they had full expectation that that was gonna happen, pare. So, very good read. Medyo naaning lang siguro dito si Cedric sa CA, and it did really leave a big hole dito sa A site natin, pare.
Yeah, it requires na makuha din kay Cedric yung CA player natin kasi once na matanggal siya doon, hindi maganda yung set, hindi angkop yung setup dito ng LG for that immediate A-hold. But B-side, given, house B, EKISQUAD can even just not use a flash here at yun na nga, dire-diretso lang. Banking on the aim, del QQ, nakalampas but doesn't get a kill. B-side kayo on scrambling, good nades towards the curve side. And EKISQUAD with a bomb planted. They can easily get these two angles taken apart by Alliance at Budi manggagana dito yung kanyang lurk. And you can only get one last sneaky EKISQUAD in full control dito sa BL side.
Grabe, and it could be a cheeky dead round para sa ating next round, pare. And it will be EKISQUAD leading the charge bago tayo pumasok sa ating DR. But at the same time, man, EKISQUAD, very impressive yung pagkakalat nila dito sa ating B-side. But at the same time, pakiramdam ko, if you are Del QQ in that situation, yung only objective mo lang talaga bilang player or sole player na nandito sa B-side is to try your best na i-keep yung bottom B control, no, para sa baka GR, pare. Para meron naman silang at least na pupuntahan para dito sa retake instead of funneling dito sa curve the entire time. Pero EKISQUAD instant down on the B side, making sure that Del QQ is not gonna get that bottom B for free. And hindi sila masyadong nagkalat, kumbaga, hindi nila pinush yung curve, hindi nila pinush yung HP. They just held the site in itself and alam na nila kung ano yung sitwasyon dun, pare. 6-5 para dito sa EKISQUAD and Alliance this time. Sila naman yung nahihirapan dito sa depensa. Pero pakiramdam ko kasi, Polar, ayun nga, they might be giving too much too early dito sa ating EKISQUAD, pare. Granted na, ayun nga, no, that CA incident with K. Cedric, medyo freak accident yun, pare, in my opinion. Pero pakiramdam ko, the setup should be working para dito sa Alliance. And at the same time, pakiramdam ko, mahirap magsugal dito sa GR side kasi even a 2-1-2 can really do a lot of things dito sa mapa. All you really need to do is to get a good rotation going in between yung mga sides natin. But even then, yun nga, pwede mag-disrupt dito si Del QQ with the mid-push na ginagawa niya sa baba ng BR ng GR the entire time. So, a lot of disruption can happen para nga dito sa ating mapa. Pero EKISQUAD, they got everything covered dun sa past 2 rounds natin, pare.
Yeah, I mean, ito na naman yung EKISQUAD no, nasama-sama push, getting these rounds in, overwhelm the players na they expect naman. I mean, nobody holds these side like 5 players in a one side, no? So, alam dito ng EKISQUAD na may butas. And if they can claim the players dito sa may B, and luckily enough, yung previous round natin, no, yung kaninang, before we go into a dead round, nakita natin na isa lang yung naka-hold on, which made it so easy para dito sa EKISQUAD na mag-execute because they didn't even use a flash. They gambled their ways, and the cards were right. It was in their favor. And wala, Alliance Gaming, yes, they're reactionary here. Yes, pinapalampas nila. Pero so much map control sneaky in the early parts, yun nabibigay. At yung pinaka-forward lang naman nila dito is kay Cedric. And doon nga na sinabi ko kanina, once he falls down, sira ang possible hold dito ng Alliance because after that, they don't know what to do. Yes, expendable dito si Cedric sa early parts kapag BL side, and that's okay. Pero that shouldn't happen dito sa GR. He should be winning those fights. Iba yung nakita natin doon sa CA. Dapat hindi ganun yung nangyayari.
Yun nga, no, it is sad to see considering na K. Cedric, to be specific, no, actually performed really well up against HazMatz. I'm not sure if it is this specific map, pare, pero overall nung series na yun, nakita natin yung capabilities and the peak of K. Cedric potentially, pare. Pero with him kind of crumbling dito sa mga ibang rounds natin, it is not helping itong Alliance at all sa kanilang mga sitwasyon. Obviously, CA will be highly contested dito, pare, sa ating map. And if K. Cedric cannot hold that position, then A-Site is gonna be in danger constantly, pare, even though na hindi iti-take yan.
It was bound to happen, sneaky, na these two teams will play very slow. And bound to happen din na lumabas dito yung double TRG. Pero tinanggal actually Del QQ, no? They'll go back to that simple defense. Pero, let's see.
It's a waiting game. Yun yung dalawang teams natin, Polar. I mean, yun nga, plenty of setups na pwedeng gawin dito ng EKISQUAD, obviously. Yung CA flash is always an option para sa kanila dito. Pero kay Cedric, peeking a bit early galing dito sa CA, but maybe trying to spot yung mga players natin on the side of Ekis and what part of the map they're gonna be prioritizing. Pero ang C4 ay nakita niya pare at mapapabak na lang siya. Pero tignan mo naman ALG, looking to see if they can surround yung C4 na to. Kay Cedric with a good opener.
Kay Cedric wins the fight here on CA, actually goes back, no? Doesn't let it be in the hands of EKISQUAD. Alam nila na they will just hold it. And they're happy with this kasi that's Owen King down. Pero Jamero, he was the player na nakapatay kay Cedric before. But this time, no. Sayang yun. Nade even doesn't do that much. EKISQUAD, this might just be too patient, no? Kasi, again, passive lang dito yung Alliance Gaming. They have to be the one to enforce fights. Pero boo, waiting patiently, baraga mukha ng dalawa, pero may trade mula kay Jamero. Better with the tracking through the wall. But still in play, one-man advantage pa rin sa ALG, tsaka hindi nila nakuha yung CA.
Oh.
Hindi talaga. Oh! Teng? Nade? Not connecting kay Cedric, and EKISQUAD cannot enter the site. It's all up to Ram once again. 1v2, super mabilisan lang kay Cedric. And they did enforce it with the help of kay Cedric.
Yun nga pare, and that is what a round should look like, no? Pag meron kang malalang CA control dito pare. But at the same time, I feel like spotting the C4 super early dito sa round natin allowed kay Cedric to kind of realize, okay, mag-hold itong EKISQUAD sa start ng round, and that will be it. So that allowed a double flash actually galing dito sa Alliance at tinapon nila galing sa kanilang BR to help the pick for kay Cedric to get a good angle. So, 4 versus 5 advantage, played very well dito ng Alliance, pero mahanap pa nila yan ulit.
Oh
my goodness.
Para sa side dito na ngayon ng EKISQUAD, Jamero falling down is not a sight that you would want. Kasi wala na dito yung matapang na kukuha ng CA, lalabanan si kay Cedric, pati yung mid-hold ng buong Alliance Gaming. Pero babalik lang kasi tayo sa waiting game. This is still not a go signal para sa Ekis na mag-execute.
Yan. Sobrang secured pa nga dito yung B-site, no, with Nuken. On the sniper, will be missing his first shot, will be foraying into court. Pero si Carl spotted. Boost spray is not good, but damage is 6-6. Scoreline could be broken in an instant, pare. Pero, mapapabalik sila min, but they have to be careful. Nuken is looking in this direction, pare.
Ooh, Nuken! Oh, he doesn't pull the trigger. One more. Bumalik ka. They know that they're still waiting dito sa may respawn. So, ipapadala si kay Cedric. He has a timing. Nakita si Teng. Steel doors play para sa Alliance. Ang magse-secure ng 2 more kills. But there is an answer mula kay Ram. So, pantay pa din. And Nuken now expects that they will go back kaso hindi naghug ng left side ng wall ng court. Oh, Owen King. Timing, but still, it's a headshot even for Nuken. So Alliance, they are now 1 up again with a player. At mukhang gagawa pa dito si Carl. Kakaiba, parang mabawi yung round na to. Finds out Sams, half HP, pero Del QQ is there para makuha yung double kill. Another timeout, and guess what, Sneaky? 6-7 ang ating scoreline.
Yep. And yun nga, similar dito sa ating map number 1 pa. It's more similar dito sa ating map number 1. Back and forth, both teams actually, maganda yung kanilang suntok, kumbaga, on either side of the map. And at the same time, you can kind of see Alliance, starting to kind of make their setup a whole lot more stronger. Obviously, nakita naman natin yung nangyari dito kay Cedric sa CA, But at the same time, that court play was very impressive galing dito kay Nuken. Kasi onti lang yung mga players na kumukuha ng angle na yun, to be specific, unless you are a sniper player na gusto mag-ego kung sino man ang nasa court. Pero yung pinaka-underrated kasi ng na thing dun sa spot na yun, pare, is all the information you can get galing dito sa court. Kita mo kung 1 or 2 players pa dumadaan dito sa court box, you can realize if it is gonna be more of a B hold, more of a A rotation galing sa kanila dito, pare. And that a little space nagawan pa dito ng paraan dito ni Nuken na i-call itong si kay Cedric, patayin mo yung nasa Estimen, lahat sila nasa base ngayon, malay mo magugulat mo yung isang player, and nagulat nga dito yung Ekis, pare. Very well called galing dito kay Del QQ, pare.
mean, it's a back and forth din, no, Sneaky, na parang it's still, I can still feel like na Ekis doesn't have a grasp kung ano yung kailangan nilang gawin. Yes, gumagana dito slow plays. Yes, they're getting one kills after the other. Pero in terms of getting into the site, hindi yun naging madali, which concerns me a lot kasi I had big hopes for Ekis kasi it's sport. It's sport. So, Alliance Gaming, just better with this kind of defense. Sneaky, naging offensa yung defense kasi mismong audition plays lang dito ang ating EKISQUAD. They're banking on like these big plays na parang kailangan double kill, then we try to go for a big retake or a big side push sa other side of the map kung saan tayo nakapatay. And I love this though. Kung si Kay Cedric man hindi nakakuha ng a lot of kills from Black Widow, even nung ating first map, this time support well activated man. Kasi in CQCs, in close quarter combats natin, doon siya nagpre-prevail and it's just devastating para dito sa EKISQUAD.
The fact na nagsimula pa tayo sa 5 and 4 na dito, Bowler, is really astounding. Pero speaking of astounding, pare, nagulat na nga ang ating Nuke na nandito sa LB. Pero tignan mo naman, apat ng flash na sumabog dito sa B site. Ram looking for the kill dito kay Del QQ. Curve players already surrounded pero gusto pa nilang lumaban. Del QQ will be getting Ram, but here comes the drop down spray from the rest of EKISQUAD. At Cebu na lang natitira dito sa sitwasyon. What can the coach do? The coach will be out of commission, unfortunately, and what a way to start off the post-timeout round para sa EKISQUAD, pare.
I mean, grabe dito yung mga flash, Nikki. Walang magawa si Del QQ kundi magtago doon sa may corner. May counter flash sana doon yung Alliance Gaming, pero it only gave them one kill. Ang dami pa doon sa site mismo, and with the smoke so long, hindi nila makuha yung advantage yun kay Cedric. Might jump, actually. He is on top of the box. At ayun na nga tumalon. And with the flash, easy lang for Jamero. This is the start for EKISQUAD. Just let one player play. Tapos hayaan niyo yung apat na players na mag-hold.
Ironically, yung solution dito sa depensa ng Alliance, no, pare, was their mistakes. Dito sa last half natin, actually them going quicker at the start of the round is actually complementing itong EKIS. No, they're getting early footing dito sa mga ibang mga angles natin, kagaya nga na CA. And I don't know what Arthur Texon said dito sa timeout, pare, King. But so far it is working para nga dito sa ating EKIS. At up until that point, Nuken will be getting Ram, Owen King will be getting Boo in return, pero nandito na si Jamero sa mid. Nuken is out of commission, B-side looking prime and ready for the taking, pero nandito pa si Del QQ, the captain. Can he stop this?
The double TRG prevailing, but Del QQ missing the shot, so wielding the pistol, mahaharap niya pa si Owen King! He is the royalty in port! Owen King and the last player could not even go and kill Del QQ. Ano yun?
Grabe. What's a king to a god? Kumbaga, pare, no? Dito sa sitwasyon. Pero B-site na naman! Kukunin ng EKIS! Oh my god!
Oh my God! Boo! Hindi kailangan ng Cyclone because he can see through walls! QRL! Carl will fall down! Sneaky! Ganto ba matatapos ang port?
Grabe.
Oh!
Boo! He's no longer Casper the Friendly Ghost, pare. Nakakatakot na ang kanyang format this very moment. And he's looking more like a monster this time more than a ghost. In this very moment, pare, a 4K like that will wake your entire team up. The nervous system suddenly shook into the core dito ng EKISQUAD, and all they can do is wait at the start of the round, wait for it to set. Kasi pati sila men, naramdaman nila yung recoil, yung nangyayari dito sa ating last round, pare.
Yeah, they need a breather here, Sneaky. Kailangan nila dito magpahinga. Walang timeout. So they'll use at least 30 seconds to talk about some things. Grabe yun, Sneaks. Kung hindi si Del QQ, si Nuke ang tatama. Kung wala yung dalawa, si Boo nandun para makakuha ng multi-kill.
Boo has had a 6 series, pare. In all honesty,
Yes,
he was positive
yes.
dun sa last map natin, despite the loss, or despite the loss dito sa map 1, rather. And
Yes.
hey, coach is stepping up to the plate, pare. Hindi siya naniniwala sa coaches don't play. If anything, coaches carry dito, pare.
Yeah. Grabe rin, no, Sneaks, na parang hindi lang talaga team improvement. So even like the play styles of these like roles have been elevated to a point na everyone is a threat. Pero threat incoming dito sa may CA.
That was it.
EKISQUAD. 2 points para makakuha ng OT.
It's a trap. Oh my god.
It's a trap. Tams might have a light of day here kasi kahit makawan nila si Tams dito, there's still kay Cedric from afar. Carl has taken Z. Late in the push dito si Boo on House P.
Oh, they can reach it.
Oh, yun lang! He is fast! And
wala.
that's Carl down! So they have to commit a site at dediretso sila dito ngayon kay Cedric. Good nade to stop the push, and you can now closes again the cross, and Del QQ good for 1, pero Ram in a 1v2. Spraying with the HK is not a good sign kasi ALG has claimed the series and has claimed the lives of Ekis. Walang Ekis dito, lagyan mo ng checkmark ang buong alliance kasi buhay na buhay pa ang pag-asa sa Masters.
And Alliance, they survive elimination dito sa ating qualifiers, pare. And what a way to end it, no? A 4K defense from the rush dito ng Ekis from Boo, and a very masterfully played last round, pare. As soon as nakita nila yung straggler galing dito sa side ng EKISQUAD, pare, they knew they had the game in the bag. The forced A-take galing dito sa EKISQUAD, and it was just basically shooting fish in a barrel at this point, Polar, no? Kasi stuck na nga sila sa ganun na sitwasyon. Nuken was on bridge and everybody was there to party, and unfortunately, it was a party that EKISQUAD wasn't invited to, pare.
Yeah, I mean, Sneaky, if you remember quite clearly, palaging nasa full series ang Alliance last time. It was a 50-50, pero yung 50 na lumabas ngayon was the 50% where Alliance won the series. Grabe man. I mean, hindi naman naging surprising dito na it was a struggle for both teams. Pero wala rin namang ginawang todong mali ang buong EKISQUAD. They were just read out of the playbook so clearly na Alliance Gaming knew what to play in each round. You saw like 3 rounds, Sneaky, na parang back-to-back alam ng Alliance yung gagawin nila. Even those last 2 rounds, parang basang-basa ng Alliance Gaming kung anong kailangan gawin. They had the timings. You love to see kay Cedric popping off, and you love to see the IGL of Boo making ways para hindi na totally ma-pressure dito si Del QQ na makakuha ng 4K, makakuha ng triple kill with the TRG, with the M14s and the HKs. It also gave Nuken a spotlight na parang, uy, wait lang, everybody's working, I can step up as well, at nakakahanap ako ng angles every time. The place was just intense nung nasa GR side sila na, yes, we wanted a slow push mura dito sa ating EKISQUAD. They thrive off of chaos, pero okay lang na mag-slow yun kasi support. Pero hindi yun gumana, Snakes. That was insane to see.
Yun nga, pare. And also, yun nga, big compliments to Boo. Once again, I think yung disappearance dito ni kay Cedric, no, temporarily dito sa ating first 2 maps, kinda left a big hole dito sa Alliance, no, pare. Pero na-fill naman yan ni Boo very, very quickly with his own fragging and his own strategies dito sa mapa natin. And I feel like his brain combined dito with Del QQ really creates a very dangerous team dito sa ating 2-2 kasi napaka-unpredictable nila, pare. They could be rushing mid dito sa first 2 rounds and just losing, and then pagdating sa ating last 2 rounds presenting us with one of the most best macro masterpieces na pwede nga natin makita dito, pare. Of course, we are gonna be spotting the highlights dito sa ating game. Napakadami yan, pare, kasi napaka-close ng series natin.
Simula pa lang na round, you were glazing or we were commending dito yung fast behold ng ating players mula sa EKISQUAD. They had good stints dito sa ating mga early halves ulit. Pero once you see the second half, doon mo na nakita yung players natin mula ng G that were controlling. They had the GRs in all. So, they were very much comfortable in these types of rounds. Yeah, big ups to umangat na rin si Cedric. It was a better time for the entirety of ALG and Fort, man. Mukhang mali ang kwento na Ekis had a little bit of an edge pagdating sa mapa.
Yun nga. And it seems like Ekis, unfortunately, or fortunately para sa kanila, parang hindi pa naman sila totally out of the, CFS tournament ecosystem, para there is still fortunately para sa kanila, they will be on the impact side as they qualified since dito sa ating standings. So, is not gonna be fully goodbye para dito sa EKISQUAD, but definitely some regrets rider yung series na to. Men, look at our set. Yeah.
Dale! Total of 30 kills para dito kay DelQQ and Nuken. This is a duo that you provide. And look at na wow. And they just showed it here. Pero look at Boo! 16 and 15 sneaks. Ano nga ba? I mean, take it away.
Grabe, men. Parang alam mo nang dagdag 30 points bigla si Manny Pacquiao. Oh my goodness me. 16 kills, 5 headshots, and I feel like this really doesn't tell the whole story sa ginawa ni Boo dito sa mapa natin kasi literal na siya yung ally but at the same time, he also is just as capable pagdating nga sa killing na to. And of course, with yun nga, okay, Cedric going 9 and 14 dito sa mapa natin, he obviously started playing the roles dito ni Boo and actually looked a lot more comfortable sa kanyang mga posisyon. So, Boo, men na kinuha niya yung mga spots dito ni K. Cedric and he actually flourished with it, pare. But I would also love to compliment itong EKISQUAD. Napaka-close na naman ng mga scores nila, pare. Just goes to show na teamwork will make the dream work up until a certain point when alliances forces you to go for an A-take, pare.
Yeah, yun talaga, ano. But, EKISQUAD, they will provide us with great plays pagdating dito sa ating Impact. Pero Alliance, Redemption, Arc to Sneaks with the spearhead mula dito kay Boo. May kita natin ang set MVP. You love to see it, man. The man in white and pink. Sino nga ba ang ating set MVP? It's Nuken! A comeback of the century. You love to see it. Bago sila makapasok mismo sa Masters.
Of course, pare, lest we forget yung main character dito ng Alliance Gaming, no? Nuken with a 1.67 KD, 0.83 kills per round, 0.27 HNK. Honestly, Polar, mababa pa nga ito for a man like itong si Nuken, but he will be taking this set MVP and we hope to see a whole lot more galing dito sa Alliance, pare, kasi since nandito na sila sa 2-2 matchups natin, the qualification tomorrow will be very tight. Yung race is gonna be super exciting, pare.
Yes, it's gonna be amazing, no? Na Alliance pa mismo, subok ulit. And with Cedric Fernandez being the set MVP here, man, what if, man, makita ulit natin to mga pink boys na to sa Masters. But yeah, yan ang ating set MVP and rightfully so, man. But still, no, big honorable commendations and mentions dito kay Boo. Even kay Cedric, I would like to give it to him kahit na 9 points lang siya dito in terms of kills. Hindi siya natin gumana man. Gumana yung play na ganito gawin mo kay Cedric and it provided so much para dito sa Alliance Gaming. We'll be seeing the match MVP as well, I believe, sa ating whole series na to. Tatlong ating match MVP at tatlo na mapa para sa ating match MVP at walang iba yan kundi si DelQQ.
Oh, step back.
Wow!
Yeah! Naman, pare. So good, you had to do it twice.
DelQQ 1.63 in terms of KD. A kill per round that is almost 1.1. HK na hindi naman na kailangan tignan. Even the SR. Ang binibigay kasi dito sneaky ni DelQQ is power. And that is why he's the match MVP.
Hindi lang power, kundi strategy and that brain of his as well. Kumbaga, pare, DelQQ, he has the brains and the brawn to back it up, pare. And I'm so happy to see him playing well sa mga ganitong tight na series natin kasi ito yung pwede natin makita ng mga mind-blowing na shots kagaya ng 3K na nakita natin kanina doon nga sa ating Black Widow. So big ups dito kay Boss Abdel. Sana maganda ang iyong matchup dito sa ating 2-2 standings na so far has been occupied dito ng ating Attras Team Acceptance and itong MOMEN. And I feel like that MOMEN, parang may unfinished business pa yung Alliance dyan sa team na yan pero hindi na sila pwede maglaban, unfortunately.
Yep, but we love to see it, man. Again, one more life para dito sa ating players mula sa Alliance Gaming. A possibility of redemption, a possibility of an impact stay. We will not know, but ito na, Sneaky. Tapos na ang ating first series of the day. That was long, but that was amazing to see na ganito agad yung starter natin. We expected dogfights, pero we saw a flock of birds flying above the sky. Grabe ang ating first series na to. At may kita natin ang second series after this short break. Magbabalik po ang Summer Qualifiers for the Masters. Ako si Sneaky, ako si Bipolar. Together with Sneaky Frog, we'll be back after this.